Every rally.
Bouncing off the block, Wisconsin gets that rally.
Every block.
Denied at the net by Horner and Andrew. A lucky block.
Every kill.
Back to Grace in the middle, and she'll climb the ladder and thunder one to the back row.
This is Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball on the ESPN Wisconsin app and the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network. Presented by Steinhoffels and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. It's party time inside the UW Fieldhouse after dark as the Wisconsin Badgers host the Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Last year, Wisconsin was tricked 3 times by the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Tonight, the Badgers won't worry about the ghosts of last season. They want to treat themselves to a win over the number 1 team in the country. Good evening, everybody. Happy Halloween on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network. My name is Jesse Nelson in the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison, and this is the big one. The match you circle first every year for the Wisconsin Badgers volleyball team, and this year it so happens to be number 1 Nebraska, unbeaten at 20-0, a perfect 10-0 in Big Ten Conference play, at the Fieldhouse for the lone meeting scheduled in the regular season with the 11th-ranked Wisconsin Badgers. Wisconsin 15-3, 8-2, good for a tie for second place in the Big Ten standings entering play tonight. A massive matchup. They were lined up 10-plus hours ago outside the Fieldhouse getting set for this one. The fans jam-packed, rushing their way in. You know that it's going to be a fun one tonight on Halloween night. For more on this matchup, we bring in the 2 men calling it alongside the UW Athletic Hall of Fame head coach Pete Waite, John Arias at the Fieldhouse. Guys, good evening. Happy Halloween. So, guys, it's a huge matchup tonight between the first-ranked Nebraska Cornhuskers and number 11 Wisconsin. I see you're in costume. I see all the fans are in costume. This is going to be a fun matchup tonight. It's always awesome when Wisconsin and Nebraska get together, even though Nebraska had the better of the Badgers last season.
Always fun. It's always a battle. And yes, I'm dressed up as a referee, so you can watch Announcer Cam on YouTube. I've got the whistle thanks to Pete. I've got the jersey thanks to Pete. But it always is. In fact, you know, when you look at the numbers, 5 of the 21 matches that Nebraska and Wisconsin have played, while head coach Kelly Sheffield has been the coach here in Madison, 5 of them have gone 5 sets. That's almost a quarter of the matches going, extra sets. Nebraska's got them right now, Pete, with 3 straight. Badgers had 10 in a row at one point in this series, but these are always battles.
They are, and especially when it's on Halloween. I don't know who scheduled that, but if they really planned that or if it just happened to land on this night. But it's a big night. I mean, the student section was here early, all dressed up. A lot of the fans, obviously, you said they were here 10 hours ahead of time. They get in an hour and a half ahead of time. But there's an extra buzz here tonight. It's exciting to just feel it in the field house, and the Badgers are ready to go.
Guys, a lot of the players who are on the floor for Wisconsin this time around may not have been part of these big matchups against Nebraska last year. If you had to circle one player who's going to be most significant for Wisconsin to have success tonight, who are you circling on your roster sheet?
Well, I think you have to start with Mimi Collier. I mean, if Mimi gets shut down like she did at Penn State, it could be a long night for the Badgers, Pete. Who would you say?
I'd say the same thing, but it almost has to be somebody else. I think Una has to be solid in her passing and then be able to bring something offensively because every opponent is trying to stop Collier. So they're putting their biggest best blockers against her, serving toughest so she doesn't, get a one-on-one out there. So it's got to be some other people. Maybe Booth is one of the, the lone senior on the team. Maybe she picks it up offensively and defensively with her block.
And you talked about the, getting the ball in all the right spots, and even Una offensively, but Una's passing. She's got a 61% rate on good pass percentage, one of the best on the team, and one of the best outsides that the Badgers have had actually over the last several years, even better than Yulia Ojo and Sarah Franklin in passing.
It is very good, but I also know there's been some matches where the Badgers have struggled and teams have gone after her in certain situations, and that's where the Badgers struggle overall because she is one of the best passers, so if she starts struggling there, it can be tough because Nebraska is so physical. They're just bigger up and down the lineup, more mature, more veteran. They're kind of the bullies of the block right now. They are beating up on teams and sweeping in 3 almost every time they walk on the court right now.
Last question for you guys. This one always feels a little bit different. What do you believe is truly at stake tonight for Wisconsin and number 1 Nebraska?
Well, I mean, if you just look at the numbers, you beat Nebraska, you hand them their first loss, and all of a sudden you're a match back in the Big Ten race. Now, I don't know if Nebraska's going to lose again this season, but I guess it makes things a little bit more exciting. And honestly, when you look at the Badgers and where they are, and when you start thinking about the postseason, a win like this could really elevate their resume.
Yeah, and make their resume and their confidence. Just such a young Badger team out there right now that if they get a win here tonight, this will not just boost them in the rankings of the conference because somebody else would have to beat Nebraska, obviously, but they would just feel good about their progress and what they've done with Charlie out. Horner in there doing a nice job. That would be big for their confidence tonight.
All right, guys, have a great call. Looking forward to it about 30 minutes from right now.
Thanks, Jesse.
Thanks, Jesse.
John Arias and the UW Athletic Hall of Famer Pete Waite standing by at the field house as we get set for 11th-ranked Wisconsin and number 1 Nebraska coming your way on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network. You heard John mention Mimi Collier, 5 matches with 20 or more kills this season. Only 1 match where she didn't reach double-digit kills all season long, and it was when she was limited to 8 in a 3-set sweep on the road at Penn State a little bit earlier this month. If Mimi Collier can get hot early, we will see how Wisconsin stays in it against the number 1 ranked team in the country, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Plenty more to get you set for the match coming up, including comments from Mark Tauscher, Barry Alvarez, but coming up next, we'll hear from Wisconsin's transfer from Ohio State, the outside hitter, Grace Egan. That's straight ahead as we get you set for first serve between number 11 Wisconsin and number 1 Nebraska on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network.
Matt LePay for Steinhoffels. Steinhoffels is a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Since 1934, Steinhoffels has been Wisconsin's furniture and mattress destination for quality, selection, and service. For over 90 years, Steinhoffels has helped Wisconsinites create the homes of their dreams and is 100% employee-owned. Steinhoffels has the largest selection of all the latest styles and all the best mattress brands. You'll find something for every style and every budget. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Relax, it's Steinhoffels.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
When it comes to your career, most companies want you to be interested in them. At Northwestern Mutual, their mutual interest is you. That's why they listen to your career goals, plan the steps to get there, and work side by side all along the way. To learn more about career opportunities, search for Northwestern Mutual Southern Wisconsin online or call 608-836-3080. That's 608-836-3080. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Volleyball fans know value, and at Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction, we deliver value all over the court every single day. From trucks to trailers, antiques to assets, we can help you buy and sell your items. Plus, it's all online and hassle-free. We're family-owned, reliable, and trusted because our team at Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction is dedicated to ensuring our customers rally and win big every time. Get off the bench and set yourself up for success. Visit WisconsinSurplus.com to bid, buy, sell today. That's WisconsinSurplus.com.
You're listening to Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Brought to you by Goodman's Jewelers.
Since 2013, 5 times Wisconsin and Nebraska have gone 5 sets, including when they met in the 2021 National Championship, which, of course, Wisconsin did emerge victorious in. Halloween night at the Fieldhouse, number 11 Wisconsin and number 1 Nebraska on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network. Let's get a check of this season's block counter, brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Block out the cold air this fall and winter with Pella. Visit PellaWI.com today. Take advantage of 0% interest for 60 months. Carter Booth leads the team with 80 blocks to her name this season. Allie Andrew with 76. Those are by far the top 2 blockers up front for Wisconsin this season. Mimi Collier in third place in the team standings with 45. We've talked how Carter Booth and Allie Andrew will be in a battle all season long statistically to see who will lead the team at the end of the year. That's a check of our blocks brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. One of Wisconsin's star players this year has been the Ohio State transfer Grace Egan. John Arias had a chance to catch up with the outside hitter a little bit earlier today.
What was it that made you want to transfer to Wisconsin?
Yeah, I think just like the competitive nature and just seeing how like the coaches like produce All-Americans, national championship players, and just like championship players in general. So I just know that like this has a lot of history, so I had to choose Wisconsin.
What was it like getting back into volleyball after missing the first 7 matches of the Big Ten season, and how are you feeling?
Yeah, I mean it wasn't too hard mentally. I think like when I was out, I just focused on my volleyball IQ so that when I was on the court, it would just be like smooth sailing. So just going back on the court has been just so much fun and just high energy.
Post-injury, we haven't seen the top spin serve, the jump top spin serve, Is that something that may come back at some point this season, or what's the story behind that?
Right now, I mean, I'm going for accuracy and just like keeping the ball in, especially late in games, especially at Oregon. I mean, just going for that run, we really needed it, and I think just accuracy was the best thing. But I have been practicing it, so we'll see.
Talking with Grace Egan. All right, so it's Halloween, big matchup against Nebraska. The fieldhouse is going to be jacked. How excited are the players for this match?
We're really excited. I mean, but we got to treat every big team the same, so we got to like keep it calm before and just stick to the scout. But I think we're just really, really excited to play.
Does it help having that longer week to prepare for a team like Nebraska?
Yeah, actually we started off focusing on ourselves and our tendencies and just seeing what we can fix and like change up so that teams don't expect the same thing. So we focused on ourselves in the beginning, but yeah, it helped a lot.
All right, so Halloween I mentioned. Did you have a favorite Halloween costume growing up? What was your best one?
I would actually say, oh my gosh, so my uncles, we all would dress up together, and I remember he dressed up as a Lego, and that was really funny, but I think my mermaid costume was the best. I would say I'm a mermaid at heart.
Okay. Is there a costume this year?
There's no costume this year.
Okay, no costume?
This year is my uniform.
Okay, very good. You're going as a volleyball player.
A volleyball player.
Favorite Halloween candy?
I would say Kit Kats. Okay. Yeah, I'd say Kit Kats, or like something gummy. I love gummy.
Very good. I also have to ask you about your nickname, Egan.
Yes.
Who made that up? What's that all about? I mean, I get it.
Yeah, no, I actually started in high school where I remember Lexi Rodriguez, which is funny. She would just call me Egan. The whole team would call me Egan. But I remember Kelly would be like, "Is it Egan or is it Egan?" I'm like, "You pick." So Egan it is.
All right, thanks, Grace.
Yes, thank you.
That is the outside hitter, Egan, Grace Egan, with John Audius a little bit earlier today at the Fieldhouse as we get set for number 1 Nebraska, number 11 Wisconsin here on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network. Grace Egan tied with Una Vajagic with 14 aces to lead the team this season. That's a check of the Steinhafels Ace Tracker. Relax, it's Steinhafels. Mimi Collier with 13, Addie Horner with 11, but it is Una Vajagic and Grace Egan both leading the team with 14 service aces this year. And my favorite stat of the season so far, Grace Egan, of her 14 aces, 5 of them came in one set against the Wisconsin-Milwaukee Panthers in non-conference play back in September. That's a check of the Steinhafels Ace Tracker. Relax, it's Steinhafels. Our pre-match trivia question tonight. Since Kelly Sheffield arrived at Wisconsin in 2013, the Badgers have beaten 3 ranked Big Ten opponents on Halloween weekend at the Fieldhouse. Which 3 were those ranked Big Ten opponents? They are 3 different teams since 2013. We will answer that in 2 minutes on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network.
It takes a team to meet just about any goal, and that's as true on the football field as it is in the office. So it's good to know that you have the Gordon Flesch Company on your side. For more than 60 years, GFC has provided cutting-edge office technology for companies of all sizes, and as the nation's largest Canon dealer, GFC delivers the latest office technology, serviced, and is supported by the most experienced professionals in the industry. That's business technology managed. Visit gflesh.com to learn more.
Hi, I'm John Hayes of Goodman's Jewelers. It's hard to imagine, but Goodman's has been the diamond store of Madison since 1933, which means your parents, maybe even your grandparents might have shopped with us. We maintain the same high standards, honesty, and integrity that kept them coming back time and again. Keep their history and our history alive. Shop Goodman's Jewelers today in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. We're online at goodmansjewelers.com.
The best is at Goodman's.
Hey, it's Jim Rutledge, and we're hitting the road. Join me, Matt, and Molly live at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison Friday, November 7th. Ho Chunk Gaming Madison has already paid out over $101 million in jackpots this year. That's more than 43,000 winners. And just last month, nearly $10.7 million in winnings. So come hang out, play a few games, grab a Coors Light, and get ready for a huge weekend of football. We'll see you Friday, November 7th from 4 until 6 at Ho Chunk Gaming Madison, your place to play.
'Tis the season to be planning your holiday events. Whether it's a party for 10 or 10,000, Celebrations has the sound, video, lighting, special effects, and custom-themed decor to make it the best party ever. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With us on your team, your holiday or New Year's party will be easy to plan and super fun to attend. DJs, casino games, lighting, and photo booths are just the beginning at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
You're listening to Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Brought to you by Love Madison.
Couple of Badgers freshmen have been big for the squad this year. Addie Horner, 40 or more assists in each of her last 3 matches. In for the injured Charlie Furbringer, Kristen Simon, double-digit digs in 9 straight matches. Wisconsin first in the Big Ten as a team with 14 1/3 digs per set. Wisconsin, the 11th-ranked team in the country, and number 1 Nebraska, coming up about 20 minutes from right now here on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network. I'm Jesse Nelson in the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison. Our pre-match trivia question: since Kelly Sheffield arrived at Wisconsin in 2013, the Badgers have beaten 3 ranked Big Ten opponents on Halloween weekend at the Fieldhouse. Which 3 Big Ten teams were those opponents? In 2015, Wisconsin defeated number 17 Purdue. In 2016, the Badgers took down 10th-ranked Penn State. And in 2022, Wisconsin defeated 9th-ranked Minnesota. Each of those matches went 4 sets. Wisconsin's 3 wins over ranked opponents on Halloween weekend at the Fieldhouse. They did have a chance to do it last year against Nebraska. November 1st was the meeting last year, and Nebraska came to the Fieldhouse and swept Wisconsin in 3 sets. The first of 3 meetings last year that Nebraska succeeded in sweeping Wisconsin, one later in November, and then, of course, in the Elite Eight in Lincoln. Everyone knows how big this match is for 11th-ranked Wisconsin and number 1 Nebraska, a rivalry that has become the best in the Big Ten, and that includes former Wisconsin football head coach and director of athletics Barry Alvarez. He weighed in on it earlier this week on the Barry Alvarez Show on ESPN Madison.
High-level volleyball, like what we play, these will be the best 2 teams in the country playing this weekend, right here. The intensity in that gym will be unbelievable. Unbelievable. And the athletes, the athleticism, the plays, you sit there with your mouth open.
Barry Alvarez weighs in all the time about how successful Kelly Sheffield has been leading the Wisconsin volleyball program over the last decade plus. And he's not alone. Mark Tauscher, color commentator of the Badger Football Radio Network. You know him from Wilde and Tausch, weekdays 9 to noon on ESPN Wisconsin. He spoke earlier today on ESPN Madison's Jim, Matt, and Molly about the rivalry between Wisconsin and Nebraska.
I mean, I would think it's got to be at the top of the list, right? I mean, was that not the national championship game when we won?
It was.
Not who we beat?
Mm-hmm.
And haven't we not kind of owned them? And then Kelly Sheffield, I remember when we took the rights over to do their play-by-play on 100.5 ESPN Madison at WTMJ and all that. We had Kelly on, and he was very, brash in saying that, we kind of owned Nebraska. And then since then, Nebraska's had a little run, I think, of 3 in a row of beating us, and they're undefeated, and they're kind of the big kahunas. So I think it's time to shock the world and bring a little juice back, because Nebraska had a better season last year, and they're obviously off to a great start. I know we've had some injuries, but from a rivalry standpoint, it's been back and forth, and that's what you're looking for. You don't want a one-sided rivalry. Nebraska right now has, kind of the upper hand, and you can overtake that on a Halloween night at the Fieldhouse. How sweet would that be? So I look forward to listening to John's call and to listening to your analysis. I'll probably have to hit it on a podcast later, but We need a win. I think the volleyball squad needs a win because Nebraska's got a shot at running away with this thing if they find a way to win tonight, and we don't have another crack at them. We lose tonight, I think any hope for the Big Ten championship is good night.
You can always catch more of Mark Tauscher, Barry Alvarez, and all your favorite ESPN Wisconsin shows on the ESPN Wisconsin app. Your state, your teams, your ESPN. Download the ESPN Wisconsin app so you don't miss any of the best moments on ESPN Wisconsin. Commercial-free full show podcast, exclusive content, live streaming, including every Wisconsin Badgers volleyball match. If you haven't yet, download the ESPN Wisconsin app right now. When we come back, we'll continue the countdown to first serve for number 1 Nebraska, number 11 Wisconsin, with the Badgers head coach Kelly Sheffield. That's next on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network.
Time out on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2025. Pro Volleyball is back in Madison. The 2026 roster is here, and your Love Madison team is stacked. Setter of the Year, Lauren Carlini, returns to the court, and she's joined by world-class talent from across the globe. The game is growing, the momentum is building, and Madison is right in the heart of it. Don't miss a single moment. 2026 season memberships are on sale now at lovb.com, with the full season schedule coming soon. That's lovb.com. Volleyball is the next major league.
What's better than the sound of Wisconsin Badgers volleyball smoking their opponents? That's savoring every win with North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. As a truly American restaurant located right here in Madison, North and South specializes in authentic wood-fired barbecue and freshly prepared seafood. Enjoy any of their 3 locations, Madison, Verona, or DeForest, or serve the winning meal at home or in the office with their takeout and catering options. Explore the full menu at eatnorthandsouth.com. That's eatnorthandsouth.com.
Matt LePay for Steinhoffels. Steinhoffels is a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Since 1934, Steinhoffels has been Wisconsin's furniture and mattress destination for quality, selection, and service. For over 90 years, Steinhoffels has helped Wisconsinites create the homes of their dreams and is 100% employee-owned. Steinhoffels has the largest selection of all the latest styles and all the best mattress brands. You'll find something for every style and every budget. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Relax, it's Steinhoffels.
You're listening to Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Brought to you by North and South Seafood and Smokehouse.
11th ranked Wisconsin, number 1 unbeaten Nebraska. Coming your way at the Fieldhouse about 15 minutes from right now here on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network. I'm Jesse Nelson. Pre-match show continues. Nebraska leads the all-time series 23-14-1, but Wisconsin 13-8 against Nebraska since the start of the Kelly Sheffield era in 2013. That included 10 straight wins for Wisconsin from 2017 to 2022 in the series. 5 times since 2013, Wisconsin and Nebraska have gone 5 sets, including when they met in the national championship in 2021. For more on tonight's match, we go back to the Fieldhouse. John Audius had a chance to catch up earlier today with the Wisconsin Badgers head coach, Kelly Sheffield.
It was a long week last weekend, so how has practice been this week leading up to Friday night?
We've had a great week of practice. It's there's not going to be too many more practice opportunities in front of us the next couple of weeks. Because, right now this is the first of 3 matches in 6 days, and with the travel and things, there's not going to be a whole lot of opportunities these next couple of weeks of stringing days together. So this week was great.
And you get to face number 1 Nebraska tonight. 5 of the 21 times you faced Nebraska as a head coach, they've gone 5 sets. They've won the last 3. Your team had that 10-match winning streak as well at one point. It's always just a big moment when these 2 teams meet.
2 elite programs. We've had some great battles. I'm sure there'll be some great battles here in the future. I would guess tonight would be another one of those things. It's a lot of talent, a lot of passion, from the fan bases and the players. Each program, this match usually brings out the best in people.
I know you want to approach it the same as any other match. I am assuming you want to approach it the same as any other match. But I'll tell you what, walking here and seeing the lines a little bit longer, it feels different just walking into the building.
Yeah, I think that's a shout out to the history of these two teams, and usually it's people have been, no matter who has won and where the match has been played, you're usually treated to some high level sporting event, and and so it's become one of those things in our sport that is you can't miss. No matter who is winning the matches, it's going to be entertaining. It's going to be competitive, and so I think that's reflective of people being out here 9 o'clock in the morning.
Talking with Wisconsin head coach Kelly Sheffield. Number 11, Wisconsin hosts number 1, Nebraska tonight in Madison. The Huskers are on pace to set a school record for hitting percentage. How do you have to defend that offense tonight? What needs to be done?
I think any time that you're playing somebody that's got an elite offense, you'd rather make it easier on your blockers of being able to be a little bit more predictable of where things going so you can set up your offense. So it always starts with a serve. Can you get the ball into, and this is tough. This is the best passing team in the league, the top 2 passing teams in the league, but it's a tough deal trying to get the setter on the run. Usually when they shank a pass, what is really impressive is their ability on the next ball to pass. This is not a team that you break down passers. And so some matches you go up against somebody and you're trying to break them down, or you're trying to really influence the setter with the area that you're getting the ball. This is not that type of team. You're probably moving the ball around the court a little bit, trying to keep them off balance. But it usually starts with the serve.
On the flip side, I mean, these two offenses are 1-2 in the Big Ten as well. Nebraska has to contend with Wisconsin's offenses as well. So how do you attack Nebraska's defense?
Yeah, top 2 offenses, top 2 defenses, right? It's what John, what has been interesting about this match is we've had matches where both teams have had elite defenses, and both teams have hit for very high percentages, and then they play a few weeks later and neither team can score, and they're hitting barely above 0. It's you're not quite sure what you're going to get. That's part of the fun, but they've got to deal with us as well, and this will be a great challenge for our team and our players. Most of them, this is the first time they've experienced a Badger Husker match, and a little bit different energy, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how our team handles that.
Best of luck.
Thanks, John.
Wisconsin Badgers volleyball head coach Kelly Sheffield with John Arias a little bit earlier today at the Fieldhouse as we get set for number 11 Wisconsin and number 1 Nebraska. Before we go any further, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification, 10 for a legal ID on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network.
Hey, this is former Badger Brad Norton.
It's a fake. Great call and great execution.
You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN, WTLX, Monona, Madison.
Last year, Nebraska defeated Wisconsin 3 times in sweeps. But this year, on Halloween night, the Badgers look to exorcise the demons of last year. 11th ranked Wisconsin, 15-3 on the season. Number 1 Nebraska, perfect 20-0. John Arias and the UW Athletic Hall of Famer Pete Waite have the call from the Fieldhouse next on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network.
When it comes to your career, most companies want you to be interested in them. At Northwestern Mutual, their mutual interest is you. That's why they listen to your career goals, plan the steps to get there, and work side by side all along the way. To learn more about career opportunities, search for Northwestern Mutual Southern Wisconsin online or call 608-836-3080. That's 608-836-3080. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Volleyball fans know value, and at Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction, we deliver value all over the court every single day. From trucks to trailers, antiques to assets, we can help you buy and sell your items. Plus, it's all online and hassle-free. We're family-owned, reliable, and trusted because our team at Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction is dedicated to ensuring our customers rally and win big every time. Get off the bench and set yourself up for success. Visit WisconsinSurplus.com to bid, buy, sell today. That's WisconsinSurplus.com.
Matt LePay for Steinhoffels. Steinhoffels is a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Since 1934, Steinhoffels has been Wisconsin's furniture and mattress destination for quality, selection, and service. For over 90 years, Steinhoffels has helped Wisconsinites create the homes of their dreams and is 100% employee-owned. Steinhoffels has the largest selection of all the latest styles and all the best mattress brands. You'll find something for every style and every budget. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Relax, it's Steinhoffels.
Hey, it's John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. Come in and discover the high standards, classic traditions, honesty, integrity, and elegance when you walk through our doors. For over 90 years, customers have returned again and again to our warm boutique setting. Trust me, because I've been there for over 40 of them. Whether it's time to come back or your first time in, stop by Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street today. Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
You're listening to Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Brought to you by the Gordon Flesh Company.
And back at the UW Fieldhouse, John Arias and Pete Waite with you. It's time for Big Ten Volleyball. 11th ranked Wisconsin hosts the number 1 Nebraska Cornhuskers. What to watch tonight, Pete? There's a lot of things to watch on both sides of this court here tonight. Nebraska brings in the top-ranked offense in the country. They're hitting .335 as a team, but don't be fooled. The Badgers are number 5 in the nation at .305. Two great offenses on the court tonight.
Yeah, looking at Nebraska, I mean, Harper Murray on the outside, 225 kills. Next closest is 156 kills, so 75 more than the next closest on her own team. So she's getting a lot of balls, but it's a lot like Collier on the Badgers. You know, she's getting a lot of balls, and so Nebraska knows that's who they've got to slow down on the Badgers.
The defenses on the court tonight. Nebraska leads the nation. Opponents hit just 112 against them. The Badgers are in the top 20 in the country, second in the Big Ten behind Nebraska at 166. But there's some great defenders on both sides dealing with these two great offenses too.
Yeah, Nebraska's almost in record-setting mode with their defense as far as, I think it was 2007, the last time they were this low in opponent hitting percentage, and that's just crazy to do that. So obviously it's tough serving, tough attacking, tough blocking that's creating the havoc on the opponent's side of the net.
Nebraska has won 11 straight matches and sweeps, I should say, 34 straight sets overall. So that's the hotness that Nebraska brings. And then, on the court, too, there's another glaring difference, though, between these two teams, and that's the age.
Yeah, I would say Nebraska is a much more mature, older team. The majority of their starting lineup is juniors and seniors with one freshman on the court. Wisconsin's almost a reverse. One senior on the court with a lot of freshmen, almost 4 and sometimes 5, with another sophomore in Una. So it's a big difference in maturity on the court there. So it'll be a challenge for the Badgers for sure, but it's Halloween night. Anything can happen.
How will the Badgers respond? We'll find out. Starting lineups in the opening serve coming up next. 11th ranked Wisconsin hosts undefeated and number 1 Nebraska. It's coming up next on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network.
'Tis the season to be planning your holiday events. Whether it's a party for 10 or 10,000, Celebrations has the sound, video, lighting, special effects, and custom-themed decor to make it the best party ever. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With us on your team, your holiday or New Year's party will be easy to plan and super fun to attend. DJs, casino games, lighting, and photo booths are just the beginning at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
It takes a team to meet just about any goal, and that's as true on the football field as it is in the office. So it's good to know that you have the Gordon Flesh Company on your side. For more than 60 years, GFC has provided cutting-edge office technology for companies of all sizes, and as the nation's largest Canon dealer, GFC delivers the latest office technology, serviced, and is supported by the most experienced professionals in the industry. That's business technology managed. Visit gflesh.com to learn more.
Matt LePay for Steinhoffels. Steinhoffels is a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Since 1934, Steinhoffels has been Wisconsin's furniture and mattress destination for quality, selection, and service. For over 90 years, Steinhoffels has helped Wisconsinites create the homes of their dreams and is 100% employee-owned. Steinhoffels has the largest selection of all the latest styles and all the best mattress brands. You'll find something for every style and every budget. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Relax, it's Steinhoffels.
Time out on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2025. The first set of Wisconsin Badgers volleyball on ESPN Madison is brought to you by Northwestern Mutual of Southern Wisconsin. A better way to money starts here.
At the UW Fieldhouse, it's Volleyball After Dark in Madison. John Arias and Pete Waite with you on this Halloween night. Wisconsin, number 11 in the country, hosts number 1 and undefeated 20-0 Nebraska. It's time for tonight's starting lineups. First, the lineup for Kelly Sheffield's Wisconsin Badgers, 15-3 overall. They're 8-2 in the Big Ten, and here is the starting lineup for Wisconsin.
Number 52, Carter Booth, middle blocker, Denver, Colorado. Go Badgers.
Number 7, Kristen Simon, libero from Louisville, Kentucky. Go Badgers.
Number 15, Mimi Collier, outside hitter from Lincoln, California. Hi, Mom.
Number 10, Madison Quest, outside hitter from Pewaukee, Wisconsin. Ahoy, Mama Tata.
Number 1, Una Vajagic, outside hitter from Novi Sad, Serbia. Go Badgers.
Number 17, Alicia Andrew, middle blocker from Ridgefield, Washington.
Number 2, Addie Horner, setter from Wheaton, Illinois. Roll Badge.
The starting lineup for Kelly Sheffield's Badgers, who will take on the Nebraska Cornhuskers, 20-0 overall, 10-0 in the Big Ten under first-year coach Danny Busboom Kelly. Lineup looks like this. Bergen Riley's the setter. She's 6'1" and a junior. In the middle, Rebecca Alec, a 6'4" senior, hitting .405 this season. Virginia Adriano, 6'5", opposite freshman from Italy. Terea Sigler is on the outside. She's a 6'3" freshman. Andy Jackson, 6'3", middle junior, has a .414 hitting percentage this season. Harper Murray, the 6'2" left side junior, leads the Huskers with a 3.6 kills per set average. The libero is Lainey Choboy. She's 5'3" and a junior. Wisconsin versus Nebraska, Pete. The only time this season these two teams will meet. What are your thoughts before first serve?
It's Halloween and it's electric. The student section is dressed up, raring to go. The band's cranking it out. There's just another level of excitement here because it's Nebraska and because of the history between these two teams. You know, ever since John Cook was here as a coach, he is now retired as a coach. Danny Busboom Kelly's doing a great job, having come from Louisville, coaching Nebraska, and they're just plowing through the conference with some great play and some, 3-0 matches. So this will be great for Wisconsin to see if they can step up here and get the win tonight.
Wisconsin and Nebraska on Halloween night. The Badgers looking to put a fright into the Huskers and hand them their first loss of the year. Nebraska has won 34 straight sets, 11 straight sweeps for the Cornhuskers. 10-0 in the Big Ten. The Badgers finished the first half of the Big Ten season 8-2. All-time series, Nebraska leads at 23 wins, 14 losses. There's been one tie in this series, but in Madison, the Badgers have the edge, an 8-5-1 record against Nebraska. So there's two teams now out onto the court, and we're ready to see if Wisconsin can be the first team to hand Nebraska an L this season.
Yeah, Wisconsin's going to be consistent from the get-go, just passing well, get their offense going. We've got Collier ready to swing on the left side. Nebraska just has a lot of talents, a lot of offensive power, big block. It's going to be a challenge for sure, but fun to watch.
The fans were lined up hours in advance of this one. Many of them now in the building in their Halloween costumes. Packed house, we're ready to go. Big Ten volleyball underway. Opening serve, a great pass by the Badgers. Off the serve from Nebraska. Roll shot, Collier picked up by the Cornhuskers. Right side attack, it's stopped by Vajagic with a diving save. Then down the line, a swing by Egan. Choboy has the dig. Big setup for Harper Murray on the outside. She'll tip it down off the Badgers block, and Nebraska starts a pretty decent rally to start as well, 1-0.
I was going to say pretty long rally just to start first one, and Egan had a nice swing down the right side initially, but played up by Nebraska. Then it was Murray on the outside, just off speed, open hand tip through the high seam of the Badger block and down 10-foot line.
Here's Terea Sigler to serve from the left back for the Cornhuskers, right to left, zips it right into the net. First point for Wisconsin comes from a Nebraska service error. We are tied at 1.
It's nice when that happens. Get a side out. It's 1-1. Get rolling now.
Badgers and Cornhuskers meeting in Madison. Now the Badgers libero, Kristen Simon, is back behind the service line for Wisconsin. So toss into the air, right hand, cross court, line drive pass. Ball set over to Murray with a hitting error. Cross court toward the Badgers bench. Riley had to go to the platform set on the outside. It's 2-1 Wisconsin.
It's not often this season where somebody has said hitting error. Murray, she gets so many kills and high percentages, but Badgers got her on that one.
Yeah, she's hitting .316 this season, and then that's followed up with a serve that goes long from the UW. Out of bounds by Simon. We are tied at 2. Opening set between number 11 Wisconsin and number 1 Nebraska.
And that's the thing, for the young players on Wisconsin, all the players in Wisconsin, just the adrenaline to get back there and calm yourself down and keep that ball in the court, but have a strong serve.
Here's Choboy. Pounds it over. Vajevic steers the pass up front, middle attack. Poked over by Andrew. Underneath it, Riley. Now to the outside. That's Adriano. Deep cross court and out of bounds. No touch up front. A hitting error from Nebraska. So they've had 2 hitting errors, 1 serve into the net, and the Badgers lead at 3-2.
Well, so far so good as far as the Badger block, kind of intimidating Nebraska's outside, right side and left side. 2 hits out of bounds.
Here's Grace Egan serving from zone 1, goes cross court to the corner and goes deep and out of bounds. So for Wisconsin, that's now 2 service errors given to Nebraska. Tough to give a team that's so dominant 3 points, but it's 3-3.
Yeah, with all the excitement surrounding this game, sometimes it takes a little while to settle into it and just kind of forget the crowd's there. Feed off them, but still play your own game.
Olivia Mauk, jump, float to Egan, steers it lightly up front to the left side. Collier with the swing, it's dug by Sigler. Now here's Murray with a short bump over. First touch, Egan. Horner sends it to the left pin. There's Collier. Big smash, over dig by Sigler. Badgers grab it again. Tight pass up front. A tip over by Collier, sharp, but it's dug. Now Murray swings on the outside and tools the Badgers block. Well, Wisconsin had it off the over dig, but then that dig went a little too tight to the net.
Yeah, it's almost like a re-overpass. You don't like to see that. You get a free one, then you give it right back to him, but Horner was able to save it some, but not unable to set a hitter.
4-3 Nebraska serving to the Badgers. They go at Egan on the right back. Long string to the left. Horner sets, and the tip by Collier, did it touch the line? No, it just misses the right sideline. A tip by Collier goes just wide, and Nebraska has a 2-point advantage.
The right idea. She swung, that was her third swing. The first 2 they dug. This time she tried to tip it just down the line, 5-foot line, but it went a foot out of bounds left.
Mauk, short serve. Egan guides it up front. Horner, soft off the fingers, left side, and there's Collier blasting one cross court. Mimi Collier with a commanding kill, and it's 5-4.
That's what we love to see is Mimi Collier heating up on the outside, and just a little extra punch on that one. Nobody was going to dig that one.
She did the mash, the Mimi mash right there, cross court, and it's 5-4. Nebraska by 1 here in the opening set. Now Collier serves left to right. She goes at Choboy. Murray with the power tip to the donut down. From the left side, Murray saw that big spot in the middle back open and attacked.
She has such a wide range of shots. The Badger defense has to hold the perimeter on those because she has such great angles, and then she just throws one down center court, 10-foot line, 3/4 speed, open hand tip.
She'll serve at Egan. Murray will. Great pass by Grace, and now a tip down the line by Andrew is dug. Middle attacks knocked down by Andy Jackson. 6'3" middle junior. Her attack percentage in the Big Ten so far through 10 matches, .553.
That's unbelievable. And just a real fast power tip on that one on the 31.
Nebraska by 3. Largest lead of the set at Egan. High pass into the air, out of system, bump set, tight to the left side. Big swing by Una into the block, covered by the Badgers. They go to Vajevic again. She'll wind up. Nice. Did she get the touch? She did from the left side. That's Una Vajevic blasting high off the hands of the Nebraska block at 7-5.
That was a great shot by Una on the left side. Just block was waiting for her. She's found the right side blocker's right hand and tooled it out of bounds high and deep.
Nebraska's largest lead has been 3. Right now it's a 7-5 Cornhuskers lead. And the freshman from Lincoln, Nebraska, is Natalie Wardlow. She plays for Wisconsin, number 12 in white. She'll be serving from the right back. And a good one results in an ace right off the platform of Mauk, who had to move to her left to try to grab it.
How pumped is she, a Nebraska kid coming in and acing Nebraska?
Wardlow with the ace for Wisconsin. Ace number 10 this season for the freshman. She'll get another crack with her team down by 1. Toss into the air, powers one over. Choboy handles this. Riley there on the slide. Andy Jackson slams it down with authority. Now 8-6 Nebraska opening set.
Yeah, Choboy with a perfect pass that time, and just such a fast backside slide by Bergen, and boy, Jackson just pounded it before Booth could even get out there and close the block.
Nebraska 20-0, second best start as a member of the Big Ten. They were 27-0 in 2023. Here's Weigelt spinning pass, pulls Horner a tad away from the net, back to Una, tries to tip into the block, and she gets rejected. Blocked by the Cornhuskers. They're number 1 in the Big Ten at 2.8 blocks per set as a team.
Yeah, that was a little too tight, a little too low. She couldn't get her feet to the ball, and Tua, like she did the swing before, and she just tipped it in the block, hoping she'd get it back, but block got it down.
Jackson serves at Weigelt, high pass tight to the net. Horner sets to Booth, power tip down. Murray dives out of bounds and saves it. A backwards bump and a free ball over. Nebraska kept it alive. Left side Weigelt into the block, and she got blocked by the setter Riley. And it all started with Harper Murray's diving save on the left sideline out of bounds.
And the Badgers had a free ball, and Horner held Booth in the middle with a quick set over the top of her, went to the outside. Una really had just a one-on-one, but tried to hit it too sharp, and it went on her own side of the net.
Nebraska's largest lead right now at 4. It's 10-6 Cornhuskers. Served by Jackson out of bounds, and it's a service error from Nebraska. That's their second of the set. Badgers trail it by 3. So Addie Horner will rotate back to serve for Wisconsin. She's the 6'3 freshman from Wheaton, Illinois, making her 7th straight start in place of injured setter Charlie Furbringer. Riley back setting, right side that's Alec. Horner hand dig, bumps at Simon. Egan has to wait for it, leaps into the air at the 10-foot line, sends a shot over. Nebraska dig, Riley dump down, sets it over right near the 10-foot line in the middle of the court. And there's the setter for Nebraska, making it 11-7.
That is one of the harder setter dumps to defend when she's going up with 2 hands to set. It really looks like it, then just sets it across the net sideways. Jackie Simpson used to do that for the Badgers a lot. We scored a lot of points on that one.
Now Riley serves to the left back at Collier. Horner jumps at left side. That's Egan tooling the block. Grace Egan knocks it off the hands of the blockers on the outside, and it's 11-8. Nebraska still leads.
Good to see her out there again. Nice fast arm swing, tool it out of the block, off the Husker block from the left side.
That's Grace Egan, about 2.5 kills per set for the redshirt sophomore transfer from Ohio State, now in Madison. Here's Una Weigelt. She's also a redshirt sophomore. Serves left back at Landfair. Perfect pass. Slide to Alec, and there's a touch up front at the net. And Rebecca Alec, the middle blocker for Nebraska, makes it 12-8, matches the Huskers' largest lead of the set.
Yeah, Nebraska is scoring well right now. 6 kills, no errors. Every time I had to look at the stats, but I really thought it was just no digs by Wisconsin because they're getting kills every single time.
Horner sets it over to Collier. It was tight, and Collier had to adjust midair, and then she'll clock it off the block for the kill.
Badgers are hanging in there, getting back in the groove a little bit here. Not many long rallies because there's such powerful swings on both sides of the net.
That was Wisconsin's 4th kill off 17 swings. They do have 3 hitting errors. So the hitting percentage is .455 so far for the Cornhuskers, .059 for Wisconsin. 12-9 Nebraska. Here comes Kristen Simon serving left to right for the UW. She'll float it over at Murray. Perfect pass to Riley. Pass to attack for Harper, and she bashes it right off of Simon in the back row for the kill.
Murray in the left back passed that perfectly on target, so then the middle was held. Andrew couldn't get out to the outside at all, so just a one-on-one against Egan, and Murray crushed it.
13-9 Nebraska opening set. Here's Choboy serving from zone 1. Jump floats it over at Collier. Dimes the pass to Horner. Back sets right side. Egan tips up and down over the block. Grace Egan now with kill number 2 of this set off 4 attacks, and the Badgers trail by 3.
Nice back set there, and that time it was a Nebraska blocker couldn't get out there. Jackson was late coming over, and she wasn't squared up. Nice tip by Andrew down her front.
Now Egan rotates back to serve. She jump floats it now. Used to jump topspin it at the start of the season. Right side Adriana. Shut down by Wisconsin's monster block on the outside. Collier and Andrew team up to make it 13-11. Badgers down 2.
Yeah, on the right side there, the freshman from Italy has been playing with the Italian, one of the top leagues in Italy also in the pro teams.
13-11, Badgers serving. Nice short serve by Egan, has Nebraska out of system. Roll shot Jackson, handled by Simon, setter dump Horner, waiting for it Riley. Bump set, here comes the Huskers left side. Right near the middle of the net, it's Harper Murray flying in for a rip. and it's 14-11.
Yeah, that set was high and inside, and Andrew didn't move the block inside far enough, and she cranked it to about the 9-foot line cross court.
Harper Murray, Nebraska's leading attacker, 10th in the Big Ten at 3.6 kills per set, now has 5 in this opening set. And the Cornhuskers lead the Badgers 14-11. Here's Mauk's serve. Picked up by Simon on serve receive. Horner tight to the left side. Collier with the pound. Sigler keeps it alive. Bump set. Here comes Murray. She'll power tip it. A diving dig by Simon. Saves. Left side Collier into the Nebraska block. Back to Wisconsin. Now Horner sets the pipe. Here comes Weigich. Triple block down. Nebraska stopped the attack from the back row. And the Cornhuskers lead at 15-11.
Triple block is right. Murray came all the way past half court from the left front to help block on that back row attack, because they knew Uno was a good target on that one.
Media timeout here at the Fieldhouse on Halloween night. It's Nebraska, number 1 ranked in the country, 15. The Badgers, 11th in the country with 11. 15-11 in the first on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network.
Hi, I'm John Hayes of Goodman's Jewelers. It's hard to imagine, but Goodman's has been the diamond store of Madison since 1933, which means your parents, maybe even your grandparents might have shopped with us. We maintain the same high standards, honesty, and integrity that kept them coming back time and again. Keep their history and our history alive. Shop Goodman's Jewelers today in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. We're online at goodmansjewelers.com.
The best is at Goodman's.
ESPN Madison is your home for Wisconsin Badgers volleyball.
Underneath it, bump set, left side, powers it down. What a rally, and Wisconsin comes out on top.
From early season showdowns to a run for the national title, hear every match this season on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Blocked by Bucky.
Wisconsin Badgers volleyball on ESPN Madison is presented by Steinhoffels and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also brought to you by Gordon Flesh Company and Goodman's Jewelers.
(15-11), Nebraska leads Wisconsin. John Arias and Pete Waite with you from the UW Fieldhouse. Jam-packed Fieldhouse. They've been waiting for hours for this one. Badgers trail it by 4. Let's check the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin block. 1 so far from Wisconsin. Andrew and Collier with a block assist each. Blocks brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors. Block out the cold air this fall and winter with Pella. Visit PellaWI.com today and take advantage of 0% interest for 60 months. So far, Nebraska, Pete, largest lead is at 4. That's what it's at right now.
And Harper Murray, 5 kills, 1 error, hitting .571 on the left side for Nebraska. She is the real deal.
Wisconsin as a team, 0-45. Here comes Mauk serving following the media timeout. Egan up front, wings it to Horner. Left side, Collier. Deep dig by Sigler at the back line. Now Riley setting to Murray, rolls it over. Simon dives and saves it in the middle back. Left side, Collier pounds it. Whistle stops play and a net call against Nebraska. Okay, Wisconsin down 3 midway through the first.
Great job by Simon coming off the left sideline, running down that. She probably ran 10, 12 feet before she sprawled forward and dug that ball up on target.
15-12, Nebraska. Here comes Collier. For Wisconsin, left-right, short serve near the right front. Good recovery there by Mauk. And then Murray gets shut down at the net by Wisconsin. The Badger block of Andrew and Horner stop the high-flying outside attacker for Nebraska.
Andrew learned from the last one. That was a high inside again. This time she took more cross-court and just roofed it.
15-13, the Badgers down by 2. Here comes Mimi. Collier from near the middle of the end line. Right hand over, Murray, serve receive, Riley runs the slide to Andy Jackson, was their touch, it's good. Andy Jackson pulls Nebraska back on top by 3. It's 16-13, Cornhuskers over the Badgers.
Yeah, Andy Jackson, 3 kills, no errors right now.
Here's Harper Murray, over 1,000 career kills. Second team All-American last season. She'll serve a drop serve right in front of Egan for an ace.
And you heard me make a sound. I saw it at the 10-foot line. That thing just dropped off the table, and Egan sprawled forward, just barely got her fist on it.
She leads the Huskers now with 20 aces this season, career ace number 95. This one lined at Egan, high pass to Horner. Pretty good one, too. Back row attack. Collier just rolls a shot. Dug by Nebraska. Back row. Murray pushes it down. Right over Simon in the middle back, and a timeout coming from Wisconsin.
Yeah, the Badgers are freezing back there defensively a little bit. That time Simon went for it, but then hesitated. Collier was in the middle back. She hesitated because Simon went for it and fell in between the two of them.
18-13, Nebraska by 5. Largest lead of the opening set for the number 1 Cornhuskers. The Badgers take a timeout here in the first. Once again, 18-13 Huskers on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network.
When it comes to your career, most companies want you to be interested in them. At Northwestern Mutual, their mutual interest is you. That's why they listen to your career goals, plan the steps to get there, and work side by side all along the way. To learn more about career opportunities, search for Northwestern Mutual Southern Wisconsin online or call 608-836-3080. That's 608-836-3080. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Pro Volleyball is back in Madison. The 2026 roster is here, and your Love Madison team is stacked. Setter of the Year Lauren Carlini returns to the court, and she's joined by world-class talent from across the globe. The game is growing, the momentum is building, and Madison is right in the heart of it. Don't miss a single moment. 2026 season memberships are on sale now at lovb.com, with the full season schedule coming soon. That's lovb.com. Volleyball is the next major league.
John Arias and Pete Waite with you. 18-13 Nebraska. Let's check the Steinhafels ace tracker. Relax at Steinhafels. Wisconsin has 1 ace. Nebraska also has 1 ace so far. When you look at teams that have had most games this season limiting their opponents to 1 or fewer service aces, Wisconsin is number 2 in the country doing so. Those stats courtesy of Evolve. Check them out online. Here is Egan with a high pass over to Horner. Right side, there's Andrew with the kill, and Wisconsin comes out of a timeout and sets the middle blocker for a kill.
Yeah, nice to see Horner mix it up a little bit. We've been going into the outside so much. It's a nice job going on the slide to Andrew, and she found a seam in the block, deep cross court, off the middle back defender, and scored.
Allie Andrew converts for the Badgers, a .438 hitting percentage this season for the Badger middle. Here comes Wardlow. She has the Badgers' lone ace tonight. She'll sail one at Choboy. Line drive pass. Slide to Jackson. Power tip. Horner underneath it. A bump set over to Vigic. Into the block. Recycled. Badgers go again to Una left side. A bullet cross court for the kill. And Kelly Sheffield wants a lift or a throw on that attack by Jackson. Badgers get the point.
It's a fast power tip, and as long as it's not coming from behind her head and then following forward past her head, it's usually okay. But nice job by Una that time, going deep cross court on the score. She needed that one.
18-15, Wisconsin trails by 3. And an ace by Wardlow, number 2 tonight. The pass by Choboy shanked right into her teammate, Mauk, who is standing next to her. Natalie Wardlow big behind the service line for Bucky.
It's nice when that happens. Somebody, maybe a hometown kid, either back to their hometown or against a hometown team or something. She's having a nice night serving from the end line there.
Second ace tonight for Natalie Wardlow. And the Badgers now trail it by 2, Pete. Timeout Nebraska. 18-16. The Cornhuskers lead in this first set. But Pete, ever since that timeout, Badgers now playing really well. Wisconsin's on a 3-0 run.
They are, and really that swing by Una was huge because before that she only had 1 kill. Now that's 2 kills for her. She's still hitting negative, but maybe they gave her some confidence to just crank it up a little bit and score. But right now also for Nebraska, Andy Jackson scoring well, 3 kills, no errors. The Badger middle blockers have no kills and really only 1. Well, I shouldn't say that. I'm sorry. We just had the slide by Andrew. She's got 1, but Booth has no kills so far.
Overall, the Cornhuskers, a .333 attack percentage. That's right about at their season average of .335, which leads the nation. Wisconsin, though, hitting .143. That's actually better than they've been doing. 8 kills, 4 errors off 28 attack attempts. The Badgers are the number 5 team in the country in team hitting percentage at .305. But we know this Nebraska defense is tough. It might be a school record as far as opponent hitting percentage, which was set, back in 2007.
Yeah, another stat about Nebraska is in the month of October, only 2 sets has an opponent reached 20 points. Badgers are at 16 right now, so October's almost over. That'd be great to get to 20 points here and further win this set.
Since we're talking stats, here's one to keep an eye on here late in the first. 18-16 Nebraska. The red zone is when you get to 20 points. Nebraska this season, 56-0 in sets when they reach the red zone first. So we'll see if that will factor in or who gets there first. Still got to finish even if you get there. And Natalie Wardlow continues her serving behind the line for the Badgers. Crowd getting loud here at the UW Fieldhouse. A 3-0 scoring run by the number 11 ranked Badgers. Here's Wardlow. Zips it in. Another ace! That's 3 aces in this set for Wardlow. Right off the platform of the libero Choboy on the left back.
They're making a sub really just to try to slow things down. Busboom Kelly's just trying to get somebody else in there. It's not like this person, I guess, she will step back and pass here. They're actually pulling the libero back and protecting the end line, but Wardlow, what an amazing run of serves here.
4-0 run. Where will she go next? Another great serve, pounded in out of system. Sigler from the left, a roll shot. Egan right there. Horner to Vajic. The run continues, and we're tied at 18.
The energy in the fieldhouse just went up a notch after those service aces, and then another tough serve, and then a great swing on the outside, another great swing by Una. The fans are in it now.
This place is deafening. Here's Wardlow from the right back. Sails one just long, but a serving run by Wardlow that got the Badgers back in it.
And the serve before that might have been out, but passers really didn't know, so they had to play the ball. That one you could tell.
Man, she's serving with a lot of confidence back there, just pounding them over. 19-18, Nebraska on top by 1. Andy Jackson, the middle blocker, will be serving. Badger passers awaiting this one. Handled by Vajic, pass off to the right, bumps that back to Una left side. Block touch, Murray with the dig. Riley back sets, here's Alec, down the line, good. Vajic was the only blocker up for Wisconsin. And it's now 20-18. Nebraska reaches the red zone first. Like I said, 56-0 this season in sets played when they get there first.
Yeah, Alec with her second kill on the slide that time, straight down the line, right on the line, towards the end line there. Their middle blockers are really powerful on their attacks behind the setter.
Jackson serves at Una, dimes the pass, middle tag, Booth up and over. There's Carter Booth's first kill, the 6'7" middle blocker for the Badgers. Pulls Bucky to within 1.
Smart play. She felt the blocker was in front of her. She just let up on it a little bit. Soft touch over the top to about the 8-foot line center court.
Addie Horner's a really good server, too, for the Badgers. The freshman setter back to serve, sails one in there. Riley sets to Alec, tipped back by the Badgers block, covered by Nebraska. Bump set. Here comes Landfair, bouncing off the net, and it falls at the 10-foot line. Simon dove head first, trying to save it unsuccessfully.
Yeah, Landfair on the left side now, transfer from Minnesota, 6'5", coming off an ankle injury back in the match. No, I'm sure they were kind of saving her for this match, as much as they could.
She's playing her 6th season of college volleyball, Landfair is. Here's Riley serving at Simon, deflects off the platform awkwardly, bumps at Booth, roll shot over by Egan is dug. Right side Adriano, stopped by the Badgers defense, covered. Murray calls for it, setting. Nebraska from the left, that's Landfair, back by the Badgers block, might have went off the shoulder of Booth. Here comes Nebraska, back row tip, popped up by the Badgers defense. Horner setting, right side Vajic shut down. Blocked by Alec and Landfair, now Nebraska has opened it up. 22-19, time out, Wisconsin.
Yeah, I think Booth might have blocked that with her forehead.
Okay.
At 6'7", when you're above the net like that, it looked like it went over, but she got it in the court. But then that last one, I think Horner should have gone to the outside to Egan. She went to the backside to Una, and she didn't have a great approach. And she's going up against 6'5" Landfair. But at the same time, the right side block is about the same size, so it's a big block anywhere you go.
22-19, top-ranked Nebraska leading the 11th-ranked Badgers here in the first set. John Arias and Pete Waite with you. Wisconsin takes a timeout. Remember the Badgers' last timeout, Pete? It was 18-13 Nebraska. Wisconsin took a timeout and rattled off the next 5 in a row, thanks in part to the serving from Natalie Wardlow, who had a couple of aces during that run, and now the Badgers find themselves down by 3, and they're running out of points to play with. Wisconsin needs to come out of this timeout strong.
The pace that she was hitting those serves with was impressive. Just with this kind of environment and all the excitement, to serve it that way and keep them in, except for that last one, that was really impressive for the freshman to come in like that.
So now 22-19 Nebraska. Cornhuskers hitting percentage is at .321. 13 kills, 4 hitting errors off 28 attacks. The Badgers are hitting 152, 10 kills off 33 attacks with 5 hitting errors. Leading attackers for Wisconsin, Vagic and Collier. Each have 3 kills, but Una has more errors than kills so far with 4 errors.
Yeah, she had a slow start. She's been picking it up here a little bit, but still hitting minus 100 on the night.
22-19. This crowd has been very loud at times, especially after Wisconsin was able to even it up at 18 a few moments ago. We'll see what's in store here down the stretch of set number 1.
I mean, imagine Wardlow growing up in Lincoln, Nebraska. This is what she grew up watching, and here she is playing against the team, and she's even on the sideline. She's pumped up and still ready to get back in there and serve some more.
Nebraska's setter Riley serves to the left back at Collier. Perfect pass to Horner. Power tip, Una diving, dig in the back row. Now just hit over with one fist by Alec. Badgers grab it. Right side, Vagic. Popped up, covered off the block. Left side, Egan. Yes! And a net violation against Nebraska. So here we go. Wisconsin down 2. It's 22-20.
Egan's third kill, no errors. Doing a great job. She's got Egan and Collier in the front row at the 2 pins, and those are 2 good options to go to. Plus, Booth in the middle. She scored last time.
Big cover by Simon, too, off that block to keep that alive. Here's Vagic. Rainbow serve up and over. Landfair, perfect. Back to Landfair. A dig by Simon. Horner from the back row, setting it over to the left side. Collier, block touch, got it. Amy Collier gets Wisconsin to within 1.
I mean, she's going up against the 6'5" right side, and then Alec in the middle, 6'4", and just great swing by Collier off the top of the block and deep out of bounds.
Last serve by Una. Went up and over like a rainbow. This one with a little bit of wiggle at Landfair. Alec, right side, gets it. The slide goes to the middle blocker, Rebecca Alec. Nebraska needs 2 points for the opening set win, 23-21.
Alec knows the shots. First slide went straight down the line. This one went deep cross court. Booth wasn't able to quite get over there and close the block up.
Sigler will serve for the Cornhuskers. Left back Collier, middle back Simon, right back Vagic. It goes to Una, tight pass. Horner sets the middle. A little tip by Booth, and it falls. Just a little doink up and over.
Yeah, not even totally over. Kind of cut the block, and they almost pulled it on the way down. When your blocker's coming down like that, it's hard to react again to the second ball, and Alex just missed it.
Wisconsin's down a point, 23-22. Crunch time in the first. Simon goes deep cross court. Sigler's pass finds Riley, middle. Alec terminates. Set point, Nebraska.
Yeah, Sigler's passing the ball really well, even though it was a pretty darn good serve. And then Bergen the setter got pushed forward past center court. Back set then on the quick set 1.
Nebraska on set point, 24-22. Showboy serves at Collier, overpass. No, it was brought back by Horner, tipped over by Andrew, picked up by the Huskers. Left side, Murray, block touch. There's Simon, guides it to Horner, to the left. Collier blasts it. Showboy kept it alive. To the left, Murray tips into the block. Got blocked, almost dropped, pushed back over. Free ball to Wisconsin. Egan off the block. Nebraska still underneath it. Left side, Harper. Left, right back save by Vagic to the left pin. There's Collier. Deep end line save on set point for Nebraska. And Murray gets it deep cross court. Longest rally of the first set. Nebraska gets it 25-22.
It really was a great rally and just some great defensive plays on both sides of the net. You know, especially Nebraska made a couple there that we thought the ball was down, and they still popped it up, got it back over. And then finally the big outside swing. But the Badgers came back, and they got over 20 points that people have not been doing in the month of October. So that was good, and the Badgers came back after being down. So some good things were seen. The crowd is into it. Well, let's see what they can do in set 2.
25-22, and the top-ranked Cornhuskers lead this best-of-5, 1-0. We'll take a break, come back with the second set next on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network.
Matt LePay for Steinhoffels. Steinhoffels is a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Since 1934, Steinhoffels has been Wisconsin's furniture and mattress destination for quality, selection, and service. For over 90 years, Steinhoffels has helped Wisconsinites create the homes of their dreams and is 100% employee-owned. Steinhoffels has the largest selection of all the latest styles and all the best mattress brands. You'll find something for every style and every budget. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Relax, it's Steinhoffels.
At Smith Roofing and Exteriors, we're proud to be Southern Wisconsin's locally owned and operated roofing experts. We deliver top quality roofing, siding, and gutter services with a true commitment to craftsmanship and customer satisfaction. Licensed, insured, and focused on clear communication, we build exterior solutions made for Wisconsin's toughest weather. Visit SmithRoofingExteriors.com today for your free estimate and experience the difference local expertise makes.
Volleyball fans know value, and at Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction, we deliver value all over the court every single day. From trucks to trailers, antiques to assets, we can help you buy and sell your items. Plus, it's all online and hassle-free. We're family-owned, reliable, and trusted because our team at Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction is dedicated to ensuring our customers rally and win big every time. Get off the bench and set yourself up for success. Visit WisconsinSurplus.com to bid, buy, sell today. That's WisconsinSurplus.com.
'Tis the season to be planning your holiday events. Whether it's a party for 10 or 10,000, Celebrations has the sound, video, lighting, special effects, and custom-themed decor to make it the best party ever. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With us on your team, your holiday or New Year's party will be easy to plan and super fun to attend. DJs, casino games, lighting, and photo booths are just the beginning at CelebrationsEntertainment.com. That's CelebrationsEntertainment.com.
You're listening to Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Brought to you by Smith Roofing.
John Arias and Pete Waite with you from the University of Wisconsin Fieldhouse in Madison as the Badgers drop the first set to Nebraska, 25-22. 4 ties, 2 lead changes. Big 5-0 run by Wisconsin, tied it at 18 after they trailed by 5, had to take a timeout. Then Wisconsin took their second timeout down by 2 and down by 3, and the Badgers are able to pull within 1 before Nebraska wins it by 3. Pete, how'd you see the first?
Well, I look at the digs. 20 digs for Nebraska, 11 for the Badgers, so they're down 9 on that one. Serve receive, Nebraska's going after Una and going after Grace, and 2 hitters are trying to keep busy, and Wisconsin really has gone mostly after Harper, which makes sense. Try to keep her busy, and one time they went short to her, made her go down almost to the ground. She couldn't get back up and be a weapon, and the Badgers got basically a free ball out of that one. So that was smart. Overall, an exciting game. It's what we expected and hoped for. Hopefully the Badgers will not have to claw from behind as much this time, but they played a really good game.
Wisconsin hits 190, Nebraska hits 343 in the first set. So second set here from Madison, underway with Grace Egan. Serving right to left, line drive pass off to the right by Choboy. Right side Adriano, Egan with a left-handed save. Now a bump over by Horner, free ball to Nebraska. Riley setting right side, Adriano smashes it down right in front of Egan on the right back.
Yeah, Adriano before that swing was no kills, 2 errors, and 4 attempts. So I have a feeling at the timeout they said, let's get it to the right side some more. She's good, and they know she's good. And Wisconsin's totally focused on Murray in that rotation, who's on the left side, and Annie Jackson in the middle. So I think they're going to spread it out a little bit more, and she can slug it.
Wisconsin 15-3 overall. Nebraska perfect 20-0 this season. Here's Simon's pass, Shank to the right. Does Horner have enough room to bring it back at the scorer's table? She does. Now a free ball delivered by Simon. Here comes Nebraska. Riley sets to Jackson in the middle, and Simon on the left back. Their dig attempt into the stands. Now 2-0.
Yeah, that was a great set out of the probably 10-foot line and fired at 31, probably 8-10 feet away to Jackson, and her fast arm got it over before Andrew could get off the ground.
The Huskers middle blockers now, Alec and Jackson, both 4 kills, 6 swings, no errors. So 8 kills from the middles without an error. Simon serve receive, spinning pass to Horner. Left side, here comes Collier. And the Grim Leaper delivers for Wisconsin. That's Mimi Collier from the left pin. It's 2-1, first point of the second.
Well, you mentioned the middles. You know, Wisconsin's middles, sometimes in some matches, they've stepped up and had some good games as far as kills and hitting percentage. But it's really been their outside, so the outsides are going to have to step up. Hopefully the middles can contribute.
Collier sails it in at Showboy. Out of system, Nebraska. Tight set to the net. Is pushed down as Murray falls backward to the floor, and the Wisconsin defense makes it 2-2.
Yeah, just too tight of a pass from Murray there to get it a long approach and get in there, so she tried to press it against the block. But good job by Horner and Andrew there, pressing it right back down.
2 each, second set. Mimi into the net. Service error from Wisconsin. And that is a point for Nebraska. Fourth service error tonight from the Badgers. And Olivia Mauk goes behind the line, the 5'6" sophomore out of Bennington, Nebraska. Second in team on the team with 13 aces. She'll fire it into Egan. High pass finds Horner. Left side Vigeets bouncing off the block. Mauk saves. Now Riley sets the slide. Right side Jackson. High bounce off the block. Collier saves it in the corner. Bumps that over to Vigeets. Left pin. Tips and is stopped. Andy Jackson throws it right back at the net defensively, and it's 4-2.
Yeah, for some reason, Una, you know, she obviously was going to have a big block against her because it was a set from the middle back of the Badgers. So she tried to tip it, but just right into Jackson's hands.
Here's Egan, serve receive. Horner waits for it. Setter dump. Nope. There's Mauk, middle, swinging. It's pushed back by Andrew. Now the Badgers, Horner setting left pin. Power tipped down the line by Una. Popped up, bumps that near the net. Pushed by Harper, saved by Wisconsin. Dumped down by Horner. Throw down with the left hand as she tricks the defense of Nebraska.
Yeah, nice aggressive dump. Harper Murray kind of got stuck. She knew it was going to happen, but she couldn't get off the ground. It happened so quickly.
And now Natalie Wardlow, who had 3 service aces in the first set for the Badgers, is back to serve now for Wisconsin. Let's see if she has some of that first set magic. Crowd gets eerily quiet here. Line drive pass by Murray. Pass to attack, and it's dug by Collier. Horner sets to the left. Here's a big swing by Ageach off Choboy and into the stands. So Wardlow continues to serve now. Badgers tie it at 4.
Yeah, Murray brought her best heat on the left side there, and Collier in the middle back just popped it right up, nice and easy. And then Una with a nice crushing blow, deep cross court against off Choboy and up into the stands, 20 feet up into the Badger stands.
Now 4 kills, 5 errors tonight from Vigeach. Another good serve. This one a good pass. Riley to Murray. Tips, block touch by Booth. Badgers pick it up. High tip by Booth. Picked up by Nebraska. Set to Murray. She'll wait for it, unload, and tool the Badger block. So Harper Murray gets her 8th kill, and Wisconsin trails it 5-4 in the second set.
Yeah, I think either Booth took off too early or the set was too high for her, but she didn't get a good swing at that. And then Nebraska made the Badgers pay for it.
Nebraska won the opening set by 3. Here comes Harper Murray, second team All-American last season. Floats it at Egan, over past Jackson, a 2-hand push. Vigeach stopped it. Now from the back row, roll shot by Collier. Landfair and Choboy collide, but it's off the floor. Free ball to Wisconsin. Simon bump set. Left side, Una, no, long. That's her 6th hitting error, and it's now a 6-4 Huskers lead.
Actually, I think the middle blocker, Jackson, was getting out there late. She just pulled her hands down, and then she was laughing afterwards because she knew, you know, she got really lucky that Una was aiming at her hands and just sent it 25 feet deep and long.
So Vigeach checks out of the match now. She's coming off 13 kills and a .375 hitting percentage at Oregon in 4 sets. And Madison Quest comes in. This serve out the top of the net. Booth picks it up. Back row. Collier blasts off the block high into the air. Grabbed by Nebraska. Middle Jackson. Dug by Collier. Horner backpedaling. Long string set to Quest, and she tries to tool the block and did not catch it. Tries to push it off the block.
They're asking for a touch, but Sheffield is not going to ask for a challenge.
7-4 Nebraska, 3-point Cornhuskers lead. Second set, they lead it 1-0. Sailed over at Egan. Perfect pass, slide Booth. Whistle stops play, and another net call against Nebraska.
Yeah, you're saying others. Is that their 3rd so far, I remember?
It's been like quite a few, it feels like.
We'll take all we can get. So I'm not sure if that swing was in by Booth.
7-5. Here's Horner. Short serve. Showboys serve receive. Left side Landfair off the Badgers block, and it's good. That's Taylor Landfair, number 12 in black, 6'5" senior, about 2 kills per set this year.
Booth was a little late getting out there, but she got her hands up. It got him up strong, but Landfair hit it so hard, just went off her hands high, deep, cross court and out of bounds.
Andy Jackson will serve. The middle blocker, 4 kills tonight, 2 blocks. Goes at Egan, backpedaling set by Horner, back row, off speed by Collier, kept alive. Left side Landfair, nope, but covered. How about the right back? Andy Jackson gets the tool shot. Andy Jackson, the middle blocker, swings from the right back.
And that was really close. The Badger block got the ball and it just landed inches out of bounds.
That close to being a block, instead it's a kill. 9-5 Nebraska, largest lead of the set. Collier serve receive. Horner sets it up to Egan, left side. Murray's dig goes high into the air. Chased down by Mauk. Bumps that over to Landfair. Bounce off the Badger block. Wisconsin controls. Middle. Booth. Popped back up by Egan after the stop. Now Egan to her feet. Swings, looking for high hands, and gets it.
Oh, boy. Egan's exhausted because she ran across the, I think, covered Booth on the ball, and she was down on one knee, and then then they set her right away, so she had to get back and just with no approach swing, and she got a touch off of Bergen Riley.
Now Madison Quest in for Una Vigic will be serving. Back row at Murray, steers it up front, and a power tip down by Landfair on the outside left. 10-6 Nebraska by 4. They lead the match 1-0.
Yeah, Nebraska's kind of mastered that power tip between Jackson and Landfair. They've scored 3 times on that.
Here comes the serve from the Cornhuskers. There's Vigic, scoops it up to Horner. Outside Egan, high tip. Right there's Adriano. Nebraska attacks left side. Landfair, sharp cross court. Simon controls. Now Mimi swings into the net as she tried to go kind of cross body from the 10-foot line and goes right into the net.
Yeah, really nice dig by Simon on the left back. Popped that ball up, but then not a great set going to the outside to Collier, and she tried to take a little off-speed swing on it and just put it in the net.
Served by Riley, a short one. It's tight near the net off the pass by Vigic. It's tipped over, and it's a point to Nebraska. Double contact.
Yeah, 2 hands. She set it over with 2 hands, and they're calling almost all of those these days.
And it forces a Badgers timeout. Largest lead of set number 2, largest lead of the match for Nebraska. Cornhuskers lead 1-0. We're in the second. It's Nebraska 12, Wisconsin 6. Timeout, Badgers on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network.
It takes a team to meet just about any goal, and that's as true on the football field as it is in the office. So it's good to know that you have the Gordon Flesch Company on your side. For more than 60 years, GFC has provided cutting-edge office technology for companies of all sizes, and as the nation's largest Canon dealer, GFC delivers the latest office technology, serviced, and is supported by the most experienced professionals in the industry. That's business technology managed. Visit gflesh.com to learn more.
Time out on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2025.
John Arias and Pete Waite with you here at the Fieldhouse in Madison, where Nebraska leads Wisconsin 12-6 in the second. Cornhuskers won the first set by 3. Elsewhere in the Big Ten, Rutgers sweeps Wisconsin's next opponent on Sunday. That's Ohio State. Rutgers 3-0. Michigan a 5-set win over Penn State. Purdue wins in 5 over Michigan State. Indiana sweeps Maryland. So 12-6, a 3-0 scoring run right now, Pete, by the Cornhuskers. They're up by 6. Riley wiggles one over. Vagic pass off to the left. Platform set to Collier. Deep cross court. Showboy controls. Right side, Adriano. Off speed, block touch. Simon slides in with the save. Left side, Collier deep. Looking for a touch. Got it. So Mimi Collier now has 6 kills to lead the Badgers with 2 hitting errors.
Yeah, that was good. The Badgers were kind of on their heels on that one, so Collier got him out of a jam.
Here's Simon. Back row at Landfair. Riley setting it to Adriano, and it drops in front of Vagic in the middle back, and it's 13-7.
Yeah, Adriano just came in for like a high 2 in the middle as Alec ran behind for the slide. So when they run that, it's kind of like it's a one-on-one, and at 6'5" is an easy swing and a kill.
6-point deficit now for Wisconsin. Sigler angles in from the left back, goes cross court. Vagic feeds Horner with the pass, right side. Egan gets shut down. Block Nebraska now. Everything's starting to work for the Cornhuskers, up 7.
Yeah, the Badgers have to stay on their game of going off the top and the edges of the block, going to the meat of the block. It's really well-formed Nebraska block.
Nebraska's won the last 3 in a row in this series. And the serve goes to Vagic. Nails the pass. Left side, Collier, block touch. Picked up, Sigler back row. Left side, Murray zips it down the line and gets it.
That was quite a shot, kind of a chop shot down the line. I thought it might have been out of bounds. Nobody on the Badger bench is arguing.
Yeah, it was right in front of the Wisconsin bench, and they don't make the move. 15-7 now, Nebraska by 8. Vagic, perfect pass to Horner. Middle, Andrew, there she goes. She snapped it. No, they kept it alive. Did not touch the floor. Here's Andrew again. Now she gets it the second time. Boy, I thought that maybe hit the floor. Got pinballed around.
Yeah, it'd be good to see the replay of that one because that just really might have been kicked up by Nebraska to keep it in play.
See if they show the first one. No, that's the second one. I'd love to see the first one. Yeah, it was kept alive.
Yeah, by their hands, just really low to the ground.
Egan off the top of the tape. Riley has to have first touch. Bump set over to the right side. Adriano off the Badgers' hands. No. Out of bounds. The entire Nebraska team is saying, whoa, 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 whoa.
The net is shaking. And the ball was high over the top, so I'm not sure at what point. Well, that was Egan's serve still. She clipped the tape on the serve,
Yeah,
right?
it could have been shaken from the...
I think it was still shaking.
Yeah. Now Egan again. This one to the left back. Winged up front by Murray, and then Adriano gets the set right side. Goes to the middle back for a kill. 16-9, Nebraska in set number 2.
Yeah, they definitely are going to Adriano more. She's still not doing great hitting percentage-wise. She's got a couple kills here in this second set.
Crowd wants something to cheer about here. Showboy on the serve. Left side, chopped over by Collier. Murray left side, off the block. Left pin, Collier, block touch, and it drops. Wisconsin's Mimi Collier, the 6'3 senior, 5.2 kills per set, 5th in the country. Collier makes it 16-10. That's 7 kills tonight.
Yeah, nice job by Horner and Egan on the right side. Horner actually had to play the first ball, jumping up to just save it, and then Egan took it with her hand, set it high across the entire court out to Collier, and then she got the kill.
Now here's Morgan Collier back to serve. Right hand wide and out of bounds. Morgan Mimi Collier. In case you didn't know.
Did not. Most people don't.
Yeah. Madison Addie Horner.
Okay, this is new here.
The Badgers making some moves on the court. Anaya Warren into the match. Collier comes out, Quest comes out. Passers left back, Una, middle back, Simon, right back, Egan. It goes to Simon, tight to the net, Horner sets to the middle, and there's Allie. Andrew walloping one down.
Great jump set save by Horner there. It looked like it was going to go over the net, and Murray was all over it, but Horner saved it, brought it back. Nice kill by Andrew, though, in the quick set.
17 assists make it 18 assists now for Horner. Wisconsin trails by 6. Need to make a move now if they want to get back in set number 2. And Natalie Wardlow gallops to the end line. She'll serve it Showboy. Line drive pass. Riley, left side. Murray. Cross court. Out. Hitting error. Number 4 tonight from Harper Murray.
Yeah, actually kind of shocking that she's made a few hitting errors. And she's not getting blocked, but she avoided the block. Tried to go super sharp cross court and missed it.
5-point lead now for Nebraska at 17-12. Down for an ace to the corner. A new career high in aces from Natalie Wardlow.
She's had some good ones. Doesn't get much better than that. Nebraska players yelled out, and it looked like it was going out. It landed, I think, on the white tape on the end line.
Wardlow to the corner.
Perfect.
Ace number 4.
Coffin corner here on Halloween.
And an error to follow that up. But man, she's been deadly behind the line. 4 aces, all of the Badgers' aces tonight. Stops a 3-0 scoring run, that service error. 18-13, 5-point Cornhuskers lead. Nebraska has won 35 straight sets overall. Here's Egan, scoops it up to Horner. Setter dump left hand, Mauk right there, back row. Murray flies in, wide. Was there a touch? Yes.
Ooh, she called a touch. Badgers are saying no, so I'm thinking we're going to get a challenge here.
Kelly Sheffield, hands to the side, talking to the R2, says, hey, let's challenge that.
I don't think Murray even thought she got a touch, so line judge to the left of us made that call.
So Wisconsin's challenging the touch call, and we have our first challenge of tonight's match. Let's pause 10 seconds for station ID, 10 for a legal ID. You are listening to Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball.
Hey, this is Jonathan Blackwell of Wisconsin Badgers Basketball. You're listening to 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison, a Good Karma Brands radio station.
John Arias and Pete Waite with you. Badgers challenging the touch call. Pete, we're watching a replay of it right now. They're going to zoom in. What do you think?
Well, it's only Booth. There's only one blocker up there, so.
Does it go to the outside of her hands? It kind of looks like it on that replay.
It kind of does, and I don't see any fingers flipping back. I'm watching also the replay on the
Wish they could
TV.
Zoom in just a little bit more. We're done.
Reversed.
All right, call is reversed. Great challenge from head coach Kelly Sheffield and the Badgers bench, and it's now 18-14.
This feels like the first set where the Badgers were clawing from behind, and hopefully this is where they get a burst of energy and points and pulled tight.
Yeah, it was 18-13 Nebraska when the Badgers went on a 5-0 run to tie it at 18 all. Right now it's 18-14 Nebraska. Badgers get the challenge reversed. Here's the serve from Horner. From the back row, Riley setting to the left side. Land fair, popped up for a moment by Simon. Warren can't chase it down, and it's now 19-14.
Yeah, just a powerful swing through the Badger block. They got a touch on it, but also the Badger defenders did, but shanked it deep off the court and couldn't chase it down then.
Nebraska, 335 team hitting percentage this year. They're at 281 in this match. Simon scoops it up on serve receive. Horner sets it. Near side, a tip down by Egan.
So, but all she could do was a tight inside set, so she did a good job just getting her feet to the ball, reaching up over the top, and putting it just over the top of the Husker blockers and about 8-foot line and down.
Here is Una Vajic behind the service line for the Badgers. Tied with the team high 14 aces. Setter dump, Riley. First touch by Booth, backwards bump. Una, it almost touched the scoreboard. It's back to Nebraska, and then Riley says, I'll try it again, and she makes it the second time.
Yeah, that dump, left-handed dump down to the right front. Not quite there, but wide open.
Timeout, Wisconsin. Kelly Sheffield takes the timeout. Nebraska reaches the red zone first once again. And the Cornhuskers lead by 5. It's 20-15 Nebraska in the second. 1-0 in the match. Nebraska over Wisconsin. The Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network.
Hey, it's John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. Come in and discover the high standards, classic traditions, honesty, integrity, and elegance when you walk through our doors. For over 90 years, customers have returned again and again to our warm boutique setting. Trust me, because I've been there for over 40 of them. Whether it's time to come back or your first time in, stop by Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street today. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
Pro volleyball is back in Madison. The 2026 roster is here, and your Love Madison team is stacked. Setter of the Year, Lauren Carlini, returns to the court, and she's joined by world-class talent from across the globe. The game is growing, the momentum is building, and Madison is right in the heart of it. Don't miss a single moment. 2026 season memberships are on sale now at lovb.com, with the full season schedule coming soon. That's lovb.com. Volleyball is the next major league.
John Arias and Pete Waite with you from Madison, Wisconsin. Number 1 versus number 11 this evening, and number 1 leads it 1-0. And they're up, Pete, 20-15 in the second.
Yeah, this is a big hill to climb here, down 5 at this point with Nebraska serving, but this is when you want to do it before they get any further.
Nebraska once again in the red zone. 57-0 in sets played when they reach it first. Weite, serve receive, tip to the right front by Booth is in. Tipped down by Carter.
Yeah, Booth felt 2 blockers in front of her, so she just swept the ball to her left and down about 8-foot line, right on the sideline. Nice tip shot.
Tip down to zone 2. Simon now serving from the right back. Right hand over, cross court. In the back row, Riley setting to land fair. Simon keeps it alive. Horner sets a tip to the front again. This one wide by Andrew. Almost the same spot Booth is trying to attack. It's 20-16.
Egan is acting like there might have been a touch, but Badgers aren't sure, and they don't want to use another challenge. We'll see if Sheffield does that. But great dig by Simon on that one. I mean, like a hard hit ball by Landfair and perfectly right on target.
We will see a challenge.
Yes.
Badgers use their second challenge. Now 21-16 score correction. 21-16 Nebraska. So the Huskers by 5, and Kelly Sheffield trying to do anything and everything he can to keep his team around in the sets.
Yeah, as a coach, you kind of try to put the brakes on, and whether it's challenges, timeouts, whatever, substitutions, whatever you can do to slow down the momentum. But Nebraska is just a huge boulder rolling downhill, and it's tough to stop them. Let's see what we see on the replay. So
Question,
one blocker up.
Whether it touches the right fingertips of Rebecca Alec. I don't know if there's enough there.
First look, I don't think so. But we don't get the best looks.
If it did, it grazed a fingernail.
That's all we need, as long as they can
see
person on the monitor sees it. But it's too bad Andrew didn't have to swipe it that far. If she just, a little softer to the left, you only had one blocker up, she would have gotten the kill. Like Booth did.
Yeah, it was right there for her.
Exactly. It was right there.
Right there for her to take advantage of. Another angle. Oh, I think it touched her finger.
That middle finger did look like it flicked that time.
Oh, there was an angle from the sideline. I wish they'd show it one more time. That one looked like a finger move.
I agree.
They go back to the sideline view from the near side camera. That one appeared to me for a moment.
And the official's taking a long time looking at it.
This one's going to be close. Would you say it was Grace Egan who was kind of the first one to say, hey, what are we doing?
She was. I don't know how she would have seen it with how little we saw it maybe touch the finger. It looked like the right hand middle finger might have been touched.
There's a great review to end it in Washington last weekend in the fourth set. A review won it for the Badgers. And I talked to John Shondell, who told Kelly to review it. And he said, why not? Number one, we haven't used a challenge. Number two, he said, the look on the blocker's face was a little
He noticed a little
he
cringe.
noticed the look on the blocker's face. He said, you know what, let's just try that one, and it worked. So,
your whole staff is always looking for the littlest thing that could give you 1 point here or there. Whether it's another team out of rotation or a touch or a facial expression. In these days when, we can do challenges. So this will be interesting.
Long time, and they're done looking at it.
Apparently didn't see what we saw.
Call stands. I wish we'd see that sideline replay. I only saw it once.
Yeah.
I swear it looked like there was a finger moving.
But they can really zoom in a lot better with higher definition than what they show us.
Call stands 21-16. Nebraska in the second, trying to go up 2-0. Sigler to Vajagic to the left, and Collier block touch Doug. Nebraska attacks. Middle. Alec tips it. Popped up once, twice, and now it's down.
Yeah, and Alec kind of mishit that quick setter. She's kind of a paintbrush underneath of that ball. Barely got her fingertips under it, but it was enough to get it up and over the block and right behind the blockers to the floor.
22-16, Cornhuskers. They've won the last 3 in this series against Wisconsin. Sigler floats it. Vajagic, great pass, middle, right off the block. It's good from Alicia Andrews. Just kind of power tips it off the block. Defense up front.
It was. She gave them a bit of their own medicine there. They've gotten 3 on us, and a nice power tip. I wish she would have done that the last one that she had out of bounds instead of swiping left. But that's behind us.
Instead, it's a 22-17 lead. Served by Egan. Pass a tad off to the right. Adriano with a fastball right by the Badgers defense to the right back corner.
Yeah, right in the far back corner, which Una took a swipe at it, but it came with a lot of heat. Couldn't get her platform up.
23-17 now the score. Into the net. Service error from the Cornhuskers. 23-18.
Time to see a run.
Need a big run. They need it right now. Unless, if they don't get it, then Nebraska's up 2-0. It's 23-18. Collier. Cornhuskers. Tight set to Murray, and she pushes it over with 2 hands.
It was a tight set, and the Badgers did not, they just went straight up with their hands. Andrew and Horner, for whatever reason, reached high instead of across, and it just went right down their fronts. Murray just shoved it down there.
Yeah, set point Nebraska. Mauk. Rainbow serve at Andrew at the 10-foot line. Horner setting, left pin. Quest flies in, dug by Sigler. Nebraska throws it back to Sigler. Tip into the net. Couldn't get enough momentum out of the back row. Point Wisconsin, but it's another set point upcoming.
Well, let's see about 5 aces here out of Wardlow.
Well, she has a career-high 4 aces tonight.
Just a couple.
See what she can do. They need it now. Serving from zone 1. Clips the top of the tape. Murray handles it. Slide. Jackson. Ball game. Second set goes to Nebraska. 25-19. And the number 1 team in the country has now won 36 straight sets. And they lead Wisconsin here at the Fieldhouse 2-0.
Yeah, Andy Jackson is so fast and powerful on that slide attack. It's a fast set, and the Badgers couldn't quite form their block yet, and her arm was so fast, it went by the block before they got their arms across the net. So Nebraska gets set 2.
25-22 in the first, 25-19 in set number 2. We'll head to the intermission. Coming up next, Jesse Nelson, a check of the scoreboard and more. Intermission update next on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network.
What's better than the sound of Wisconsin Badgers volleyball smoking their opponents? That's savoring every win with North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. As a truly American restaurant located right here in Madison, North and South specializes in authentic wood-fired barbecue and freshly prepared seafood. Enjoy any of their 3 locations, Madison, Verona, or DeForest, or serve the winning meal at home or in the office with their takeout and catering options. Explore the full menu at eatnorthandsouth.com. That's eatnorthandsouth.com.
Staying on Wisconsin sports never stops with the Jump Around podcast.
I don't want to lower my standards because I feel bad. I just think it's a hard time to be a Badger fan because I feel like you're either one or two. Support them no matter what, or, criticize the organization and the program because you want to hold them to that standard.
The Jump Around, outfitted by Iron Jock Apparel, with guests presented by Steinhoffels, streaming live every Thursday on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel.
Number 1 Nebraska hasn't lost a set since September 16th, and that's still true at the Fieldhouse tonight. The top-ranked Cornhuskers up 2-0 on number 11 Wisconsin, here on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network. I'm Jesse Nelson in the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison. 25-22 set 1 to the Cornhuskers, 25-19 set number 2. Set 3 coming your way next. First, our intermission report. 3 different matches in the Big Ten go 5 sets tonight. 10th-ranked Purdue wins in 5 at Michigan State. Michigan beats 19th-ranked Penn State in 5. Northwestern over Iowa in 5. 24th-ranked Indiana, a 3-set sweep on the road at Maryland. Rutgers sweeps Ohio State. The Badgers and Buckeyes Sunday at 11 a.m. here on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network. Here's a note for Cornhuskers fans. 2nd-ranked Texas lost in 5 to 9th-ranked Texas A&M in the SEC tonight. That means Nebraska is the last remaining undefeated team in Division I women's volleyball this season. Badgers scoreboard, not a good night for Wisconsin. 12th-ranked Michigan over Wisconsin 2-1 in men's soccer. Women's hockey, big one at LeBron Arena tonight in downtown Madison. 3rd-ranked Minnesota 5-1 over number 1 ranked Wisconsin. They'll meet again tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock. Men's hockey still unbeaten through 7 games this season. 14th-ranked Wisconsin and 18th-ranked Minnesota tomorrow at 6 o'clock at the Kohl Center. Also tomorrow afternoon, women's soccer Big Ten Tournament quarterfinal, 5-seed Wisconsin, 4-seed Iowa. Approximate start time 3:30 in West Lafayette, Indiana, on the campus of Purdue University. Over on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel, where you may be checking out Announcer Cam, just under 2 minutes to go in a good high school football game. Level 2 of the WIAA playoffs, Monona Grove 21-14 on top of Germantown. You can check out the conclusion of that high school football broadcast. Set 3 coming up at the Fieldhouse, Nebraska and Wisconsin. John Audius and the Hall of Famer Pete Waite have the call next on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network.
Matt LePay for Steinhoffels. Steinhoffels is a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Since 1934, Steinhoffels has been Wisconsin's furniture and mattress destination for quality, selection, and service. For over 90 years, Steinhoffels has helped Wisconsinites create the homes of their dreams and is 100% employee-owned. Steinhoffels has the largest selection of all the latest styles and all the best mattress brands. You'll find something for every style and every budget. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Relax, it's Steinhoffels.
Volleyball fans know value, and at Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction, we deliver value all over the court every single day. From trucks to trailers, antiques to assets, we can help you buy and sell your items. Plus, it's all online and hassle-free. We're family-owned, reliable, and trusted because our team at Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction is dedicated to ensuring our customers rally and win big every time. Get off the bench and set yourself up for success. Visit WisconsinSurplus.com to bid, buy, sell today. That's WisconsinSurplus.com.
Every rally.
Bouncing off the block, Wisconsin gets that rally.
Every block.
Denied at the net by Horner and Andrew. A blocky block.
Every kill.
Back to Grace in the middle, and she'll climb the ladder and thunder one to the back row.
This is Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball on the ESPN Wisconsin app and the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network. Presented by Steinhoffels and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. It's party time inside the UW Fieldhouse after dark as the Wisconsin Badgers host the Nebraska Cornhuskers.
Top-ranked and unbeaten Nebraska up 2-0 on the number 11 Badgers here in Madison. John Audius and Pete Waite with you. Overall in this match, Pete, Nebraska 306 hitting percentage. That's about 30 points lower than their season average. But Wisconsin is at 169. Wisconsin comes in 305 hitting percentage, second in the Big Ten behind Nebraska. And that Huskers defense has been pretty good. How have you seen it?
Well, I look at the two big hitters on each side, Harper Murray and Mimi Collier. They're hitting the same percentage, 192, identically. And neither of them are putting up big numbers, and both are hitting lower percentage than they usually do. So both teams were probably focused on slowing both of those down, and they're doing it. But Nebraska is coming through a little stronger offensively with their other players than the Badgers are, and Una's struggling a bit on the left side, hitting negative 4 kills, 6 errors.
Their middles, Jackson and Alec, 11 of the 31 kills. So that's just over a third of their kills without, by the way, a hitting error yet from those two. Here is a back row by Collier, blast it. Nebraska kept it off the floor again, brought back in play, and now a free ball to Wisconsin. First touch Booth. Here's Horner setting back to Carter. She got roofed. Rebecca Alec right there in the middle. And on that block, she averages 1.3 blocks per set.
Yeah, Sigler in the middle back just dug a great ball. Collier took a big swing. Was that Collier on the outside or Egan that time? But whatever it was, great play just keeping it in, and then a big block on Booth in the middle.
1-0 Nebraska to start the third. They're up 2-0. This serve off the top of the tape from Sigler. Left side, there's Egan. Off the fingertips down the line. Grace Egan converts.
And we, the play before this, we saw Collier hitting on the back row. We really haven't seen that much in system, the Badgers doing that. They've thrown a few back there when they're in trouble, but not in system. But again, Nebraska made a great dig out of it.
6 kills and a hitting error from Egan. She's got a .385 hitting percentage. Now she'll go cross court. Good serve from her knees. Riley sets to Alec. Pushed back by the Badgers defense. Covered by Nebraska. Tight to Harper Murray. Bounces off the block. Egan has the dig. Left side, there's Collier. Left-handed dig by Sigler. Thrown over by Murray, and it's down. Egan had the first dig, and then it falls down to the court, 2-1.
Sigler is playing some lights-out defense in the middle back there, diving left and right, getting one-hand digs up in there. She's keeping them in play.
Yeah, number 11, Sigler, with 11 digs tonight. She's a freshman. She'll be around a while. Well, maybe, I don't know, transfer portal. Here's Choboy. Horner sends it over left pin. High tip over the block by Collier. Ran through by Murray. Middle, Jackson, denied, covered. Middle, Jackson. It's off Horner. It's down to the floor, past the end line. Andy Jackson, 7 kills without an error.
Yeah, just a fast tip to the left, to her left to the corner, and kind of caught Horner high, and she shanked it deep off the court. Una couldn't go get it.
(3-1) Cornhuskers in the third. Choboy rifles it over. Good pass from Una. Left side, Collier. Whistle stops play, and another net call against Nebraska.
I think that's 4 nets on Nebraska, but Collier still scored on that one. She, went up the middle back and out into the stands. But Nebraska's a really aggressive blocking team. I think that's part of it too.
Kristen Simon serving. She had an ace last weekend against Oregon to the deep corner. Picked up Choboy, serve receive. Left side, Murray. Block touch. Una digs. Left side. Take it off. Collier at the end line. Sigler with another dig. Here's Murray from the left pin. Off Una. Whistle. And a net violation against Wisconsin.
So the Badgers have Wardlow in the right front blocking. Just a bigger block. She's 6'4", a little bit bigger than Quest, a little bit bigger than Egan. She's been in there serving great tonight. We don't often see her in the front row, but I think Sheffield's trying anything right now to slow down Harper Murray.
Mauk serves. Andrew steps in front of Collier on serve receive. Right side, Wardlow chops off the block. Popped up, pushed over by Harper. Up front to Horner. Middle, Andrew scooped up by Choboy. Slide Jackson down in front of Horner on the right back. Andy Jackson cranks out another kill, number 8 without an error.
Yeah, Andrew got out there though, but she was reaching out instead of able to take the cross court, and Jackson just cranked it sharp cross court 10-foot line on the slide.
5-2, Cornhuskers over the Badgers. Third set, a must win for Wisconsin. Mauk zips it in. Collier's pass tight. Is set back to Mimi, deep and in. Collier drives one to the back row, 5-3.
Great job by Collier passing the ball right on target. Andrew kind of held the middle a little bit with a quick set fake over the top. Maybe a 32 to drop inside set. She cranked it down the line off the block.
Here's Wardlow. A dig and 4 aces tonight. Lines it off the platform of Mauk. Chased down past the end line by Choboy. Murray has it, and a free ball to Wisconsin. Horner jump set, right side. Andrew tools the block on the slide. Crunching it off the Nebraska block, and it's 5-4.
Yeah, and that hold started with the Wardlow serve. Nebraska shanked it back, had to give the Badgers a free ball, and a nice slide to Andrew and a score off the block.
Here's Wardlow. Into the middle of the net. 6-4 Nebraska. I don't know if you saw it. She seemed like a little, I don't know, there's something on her approach there that seemed a little hesitant or off right before she did it. I don't know what was going on. Maybe I just saw something, but.
Well, definitely the ball dropped a little lower that time before she contacted it.
Murray to Vigeach. Overpass. Here come the Huskers on the attack. Middle. Jackson, good. Block touch up at the net. Andy Jackson's doing a lot right now in this set. Nebraska 7, Wisconsin 4.
Andy Jackson has not made a hitting error this entire match. Right now at 8 kills, no errors, 533.
Well, another 9 kills after they give her the point.
There
yeah,
you go.
3 kills.
Slow charting.
Yeah, 3 kills this set. Blasting off the block is Collier. Saved end line Harper. Wide slide. And Jackson gets another one.
You know, she's up against Collier, and typically Collier's a big block up there. With that fast slide, though, and a fast arm, I think Collier, again, was still on her way up and hadn't penetrated the net, kind of went down her front because of the fast arm by Jackson.
8-4 Huskers. Murray serves an ace. Went to the right back and short.
Murray kind of looked to the bench and said thanks. I think someone from the bench said, hey, just drop a short one in front of Simon, and it worked. She got the ace.
Kelly Sheffield needs a break, calls the timeout. Nebraska leads 2-0. We're in the third. It's the Cornhuskers 9, the Badgers 4. Timeout Wisconsin on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network.
Pro Volleyball is back in Madison. The 2026 roster is here, and your Love Madison team is stacked. Setter of the Year, Lauren Carlini, returns to the court, and she's joined by world-class talent from across the globe. The game is growing, the momentum is building, and Madison is right in the heart of it. Don't miss a single moment. 2026 season memberships are on sale now at lovb.com, with the full season schedule coming soon. That's lovb.com. Volleyball is the next major league.
Time out on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2025.
Four 4-0 scoring run from number 1 Nebraska, and the Cornhuskers lead the 11th ranked Badgers here in Madison. 9-4 in the third. John Arias and Pete Waite with you. Cornhuskers lead it 2-0 in this match. But a big set for Nebraska offensively, 6 kills without an error off 11 swings.
They've got 3 attackers, and then their setter would be a 4th that have no hitting errors on the night. Jackson, 10 kills. Alec with 5. Landfair 4, and the setter 2.
Murray at Vigeach flings the pass up front. The tip by Andrew is pushed back by Jackson. Andrew kind of flat-footed tipped it over, and Andy Jackson, 2 hands, shoves it back.
Yeah, I don't think Andrew expected the set, or it was just really off of the timing she had going behind from Horner, and then all she did is throw it to Jackson. Jackson alertly threw it right back down to the Badgers.
Now it's a 5-0 scoring run. Murray to Simon. Tight pass. It's pushed over by Jackson. Collier kept it alive. Shoved over by Una. Here comes Nebraska's Landfair. Simon's dig hits the scoreboard. Goes over. Point Nebraska.
So Horner's thinking that, and Sheffield's arguing that Jackson reached over the top. And the setter's supposed to be allowed to set the ball, but I think the ball was over the plane of the net. We'd have to see a replay on that one.
Coach Sheffield is going to tell Horner to go talk to the up official about that, and Horner was holding her hand out like my hand got touched.
Yeah, But again, when it's on the plane of the net, it's fair game. If she reaches across the net, the plane, it's not allowed. We'll see if they give us any kind of a replay here. And that's not a good angle that they showed us, but I could see why Horner would be upset and thinking it was close there.
Served by Murray. Feige to dime up front. Collier goes to the corner. Maybe Collier rips down kill number 10. So Collier reaching double figures for the 18th time this season. She's missed it just one time. That was against Penn State. It was a Wisconsin loss in 3. Collier fires it over left back at Choboy. From the back row, Riley, high set up to Landfair, pushes off the block, and it's played a couple of times by Andrew off the net. And now it's 12-5 Nebraska.
Yeah, I think Landfair kind of waited and tipped that ball as she was on the way down, and the block was also on the way down. So when your block comes down, Andrew had to lift her arms back across on her own side of the net, then it went down her front.
Jackson pops it over to Egan, spins a perfect one to Horner, back to Grace, pass to attack. They'll tip over, Overdig, back to Wisconsin. Slide, Andrew, blocked. Nebraska, the defense comes away with the block. It's Landfair and Alec.
Yeah, Andrew on the slide there. Her game is not a real power game, and again, I don't know if the timing between she and Horner is great tonight, but a big block over there with Alec and Landfair.
Now Nebraska's on a big, big run. 7-1 scoring run. Egan winds up, rattles it off the block for a kill. But it's 13-6.
Egan's doing well. 7 kills, 1 error. She's got a good percentage going. She's got a hot hand. Collier's got a hot hand. Collier's in the back row right now. Maybe we'll see her swing on the pipe here. Horner's in front.
Badgers have dug themselves a deep hole here. Now 13-6. Riley Chan, left hand over to the right front. Riley setting back row. Murray clips the block of Booth and down.
Yeah, just a single block up there for the Badgers on the back row attack, and Addie Horner kind of stayed down in that one. She must have felt she didn't have time to get in.
Harper Murray's up to 13 kills. She's had 14 now matches this season of the 21 in double figures. Bergen Riley, this junior setter. Short serve, Collier to Horner, to Egan, and a touch and a kill. So Egan's really been a good offensive spark. Badgers need that, and they need a lot of it here in the third.
Yeah, that's Egan's 8th kill now. She's doing a great job. Now we're seeing Wardlow come again in the front row, blocking right front.
Wisconsin 4-3 against the top 25, but this is a different type of top 25 team. Unbeaten number 1. Middle, Alec kept alive by the Badgers. Collier from the back row rolls a shot. Tracked down by Choboy. Middle, Alec, and it's good. The middle blockers, Pete, for Nebraska tonight. Andy Jackson, 11 kills, 18 attempts, 0 errors. And then that one by Rebecca Alec, 6 kills, 10 swings, 0 errors.
Yeah. Literally unstoppable.
15-7 Nebraska. Third set. They're up 2-0. Collier, great pass to Horner. Left side to Egan. She'll bounce it down. Egan, like you said, man, she's bringing it right now, but Badgers need a little bit more.
Yeah, and that was a move in this set by the Badger coaching staff to put Egan on the left side in place of Una, and Wardlow on the right side in place of Egan. So just to get some firepower over on the left side and try to score, and it's been working well. Egan's done a nice job.
Egan will move to zone 5 to serve. Short one. Down low on serve receive. Alec in the middle. Push back to Nebraska. Now they give a free ball to Wisconsin. That pin Collier off the block. Adriano tracked it. Bump set. Murray off speed. Egan right there. Easy up front. Tip in the middle by Booth. Now Alec a swing. Stopped by Collier and Booth. Back to Nebraska. Murray winds up deep and out of bounds. Right in front of the up official. No touch.
So Alec took 2 swings and the Badgers blocked it, but great coverage plays by Nebraska.
And the Cornhuskers want to take a second look at that. Challenged by Danny Busboom Kelly, first-year coach for Nebraska. She comes via Louisville, where she won 83% of her matches. 221 wins and 44 losses. She, of course, replaces John Cook as we get our first replay. Whether or not it touches the right hand of Wardlow, and you shook your head right away.
First view we saw didn't look like it.
Yeah, you shook your head no right away.
It looked pretty clear. See if they show us any better angles.
Showing that replay again, does it touch the right finger of Wardlow? The ball kind of blocks.
I think we need like an antenna cam if they're showing it to us.
And it should be right in front of the up official camera.
Yeah. Here, that's still not it. Not the best view.
It doesn't look like a touch on the replays they've shown here at the Fieldhouse. Here's that camera view you wanted, Pete.
Yeah, it would have to be what the ref has is a zoom in.
Yeah.
Frame by frame, because when we see it, it's a little blurry.
Yeah. Ton of angles on this one. I don't think that touches. Oh, it did kind of spin funny though, Pete. I don't know. I can never tell if the block touches.
It's hard to tell.
I don't know how they do it, honestly.
And I was looking more at her finger. I didn't see the finger moving. It looked pretty stationary after the ball passed it.
Okay.
So we'll see.
All right, still taking a look at it. 15-9 right now, the scoreboard, Nebraska. Huskers trying to get it to 16-8 with this challenge. And I think we're going to have our answer.
After review, the call stands.
Call stands. So Nebraska loses a challenge. They have one remaining, as do the Badgers. 15-9. Nebraska in a must-win third set for Wisconsin. Badgers just got to stay in it. Chip away. Here's Egan. Short serve. Sigler's serve receive. Right side, Alec blocks and into the net.
The one time we blocked her for a point, and Collier was in the net. I don't know what happened on the way down, or if she got bumped by Booth, or what happened.
Yeah, I'd love to see that replay. Maybe
it wasn't just a little bit in the net.
Yeah, I don't know what happened of why Collier was so far underneath.
Yeah,
oh man, she was on the other side.
That was weird.
16-9 Nebraska. That would have been a big point. Instead, Showboy serving right to left. Hand pass into the back of Carter Booth and down. That was Vajic with the hand pass. Booth was in front of her, and it hit Booth.
Now she tried to go at it with her hands, and I think the ball just dropped right as it got to her, so then she just had to chuck it forward and pretty much hit Booth in the head. And Egan comes in to replace Una, passing right back.
Middle back Simon, left back Collier. Here's Showboy. She'll target Egan. Simon steps in front of her. Overpass, dunked down by Murray. All Nebraska in the third.
And that's the tough part about trying to be really perfect with your pass. You're too perfect, it's over. The block's going to eat it up.
Timeout Wisconsin. Third set here in a must-win set for the Badgers. It's Nebraska 18, Wisconsin 9. The Cornhuskers lead this best of 5, 2-0. We'll be back with the stretch of the third set next on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network.
It takes a team to meet just about any goal, and that's as true on the football field as it is in the office. So it's good to know that you have the Gordon Flesch Company on your side. For more than 60 years, GFC has provided cutting-edge office technology for companies of all sizes, and as the nation's largest Canon dealer, GFC delivers the latest office technology, serviced, and is supported by the most experienced professionals in the industry. That's business technology managed. Visit gflesh.com to learn more.
Hi, I'm John Hayes of Goodman's Jewelers. It's hard to imagine, but Goodman's has been the diamond store of Madison since 1933, which means your parents, maybe even your grandparents might have shopped with us. We maintain the same high standards, honesty, and integrity that kept them coming back time and again. Keep their history and our history alive. Shop Goodman's Jewelers today in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. We're online at goodmansjewelers.com.
The best is at Goodman's.
Nine-point Nebraska lead. John Arias and Pete Waite with you. Largest lead of the set for the Cornhuskers. We're in the third. Nebraska won the first 25-22 and the second 25-19.
Egan's having a nice time both playing right and left side. It's just too bad still coming off the knee injury she's not able to get out there and crank her jump topspin serve. That might have made a nice difference.
4 kills off 5 swings for Egan in the set. Simon serve receive. Badgers need a really big swing and a move here as Collier goes cross court. Doug left side. Murray roll shot dug by Mimi. Right side Wardlow looking for a touch going long. Getting error by Wardlow.
It's a tough role for Wardlow. She's in her role as a serving specialist. She has done a great job. And you got a 6'4" serving specialist who now they're asking her to play right side, take swings where it's just not something she's done all season.
No, really hasn't. Has six kills this year. Here is Horner back setting. There's Wardlow. Big swing dug by Sigler. Right side Adriano off the Badgers block, and it's down, and Nebraska's in the red zone, and they're on a roll, and they're up by 11.
Boy, Sigler has 13 digs now for Nebraska, and that next closest for Nebraska is 9. 9. Yeah, she's doing a great job in the middle back there.
Pete, Nebraska's hitting .520 this set. Showboy short serve, Simon dives and saves. Collier down the line, dug by Riley. Bump set, here comes Murray, big approach. Clips the block, line save Horner. Simon bump set, outside left. Here's Collier, winds up down the line. Riley has the dig. Bump set by Showboy, big swing by Murray. Great dig by Egan on the right back. And now over to Collier left side, and she'll swing it out of bounds.
That was a phenomenal dig by Egan in the middle back, diving to her right, punching it up with one hand. On a hard hit ball, that was a great dig. Unfortunately, Collier missed that last swing, avoiding the big block. Trying to go cross court against Jackson, but missed it.
Now a 6-0 run. Serve receive Simon. Horner sets inside left. Woo! Collier bounces it cross body for the kill. Stops the 6-0 scoring run. That's a big run by Nebraska, though.
She cranked that.
Simon. Back row at Sigler. Perfect pass. Middle attack by Murray. Dug by Egan. Horner flings it left side down the line. Collier wants a touch, and it goes out.
Collier really is adamant that she got the block on that one.
And a challenge. This would be Wisconsin's last challenge. Might as well use it, down 22-10. Trying to flip the score 21-11 and trying to get whatever they can at this point.
Yeah, you have to. When you're down 10-22, you will try anything and everything to claw your way back in, and this is a huge mountain to climb at this point, but they're trying.
This place was pumped at the start of this match. Quick review. Is he done?
Yeah.
After review, the call was reversed. There was a black touch.
She was right.
Yeah, Collier was right. Wisconsin will keep the challenge.
And that's a really hard one for the line judge to see down the line when it kind of grazes the forearm of the block.
So Wisconsin 2 out of 3 on challenges tonight, but see what they can do the rest of the way here. Down 21-11 as the score flips. Serve at Sigler, high pass, Riley setting to Murray, dug by Egan, high dig, left pin. There's Mimi bouncing it in front of Sigler. Sigler's been really great. You mentioned her 13 digs tonight. That one drops in front of her.
I tell you, Egan's doing a great job in the back row. She's doing great front row and back row, and then energy-wise, really giving it to her teammates and trying to pump them up here still.
Egan 9 kills, 8 digs. Showboy, serve receive, feeds up front, middle tap, Badgers dig it. Simon, tight, bump set, push trying to go off the block is Collier, saved on the line by Nebraska. There's Murray swinging out, but a touch.
Well, the line judge called out, but the upper official called touch, and the Badgers are not arguing. I'm guessing it went off Wardlow's hand.
10-point Nebraska lead, and it's 22-12. They're trying for the sweep tonight. Serve receive is Egan. Left side is Collier. Sigler with dig number 14. Here's Murray tipping over the block. Wisconsin finds Wardlow, tries to push off the block. Instead, it gets blocked down.
Yeah, the tough thing was when you push off the block, you better have your hand on the ball as it touches the block so you can wipe it off. She just kind of tapped it at the block, and Nebraska had nothing. They just threw it right back down at her.
11-point Nebraska lead, 23-12. They're just tightening it up every single set. Simon to Horner on a great feed. Middle attack by Andrew. Here comes Nebraska. Murray. Push back and cover. Here's Murray. Dug by Egan. Middle. Andrew swipes at it. Dug. Back row by Mouth. Left pin. Murray swings into the block. Recycle. Andy Jackson right side. Getting a touch call that went deep. I was about to say with her first hitting error of the match. Nope.
I was too. It seemed like it was high over the top, but I think she got maybe Collier off the top of her hands.
And it's match point. Nebraska, 24-12. Mauk over at Collier. Horner waits in the pocket, sets back to Mimi. Woo! Cuts it across for the kill. 4-4, 24-13.
She clearly remembers how to do that. And that was a great shot inside. It's too bad the Badgers were down so far when that shot came out.
Nebraska tonight, 343 hitting percentage. Wisconsin, 175. Second match point for the Huskers. Here's Wardlow for Wisconsin. At Mauk to Riley. Setter dump ends it tonight. Nebraska remains perfect. The Cornhuskers come into Madison and sweep the Badgers on Halloween night.
They showed that they are the real deal. They put up the numbers. Great defense, not just the offensive numbers you were talking about, but great defensively. In the back row, Sigler was phenomenal with 14 digs. Very impressive.
And Nebraska with a 432 clip in the third offensively. Hands Wisconsin its fourth loss of the season and its third in Big Ten play. Wisconsin is now 15-4 this year, and they dropped to 8-3 in the conference. Nebraska, they're 21-0, and now 11-0 in the Big Ten. Well, coming up on the post-match show, we'll run through these final numbers for you. We'll hear from the Badgers' Gary Waite. Jesse Nelson will have your scoreboard update, top three, and we'll also hear Kelly Sheffield in the post-match press conference. Big post-match show coming up as the number one team in the country comes into Madison and sweeps the Badgers 25-22, 25-19, and 25-13. Post-match show starts in a couple of minutes on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network.
At Smith Roofing and Exteriors, we're proud to be Southern Wisconsin's locally owned and operated roofing experts. We deliver top-quality roofing, siding, and gutter services with a true commitment to craftsmanship and customer satisfaction. Licensed, insured, and focused on clear communication, we build exterior solutions made for Wisconsin's toughest weather. Visit SmithRoofingExteriors.com today for your free estimate and experience the difference local expertise makes.
What's better than the sound of Wisconsin Badgers volleyball smoking their opponents? That's savoring every win with North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. As a truly American restaurant located right here in Madison, North and South specializes in authentic wood-fired barbecue and freshly prepared seafood. Enjoy any of their 3 locations, Madison, Verona, or DeForest, or serve the winning meal at home or in the office with their takeout and catering options. Explore the full menu at eatnorthandsouth.com. That's eatnorthandsouth.com.
Ben Brust here to tell you about why your next work van should be from Mercedes-Benz Sprinter at Zimbrick European. First off, we have versatility. The Sprinter vans offer 16 body types and thousands of ways to customize that space. Number 2, we have reliability. Sprinter's most powerful diesel engines last longer and require less maintenance, spend more time on the road and less time in those bays. Number 3, we have safety. Sprinter's safety technologies include curtain airbags all around, load adaptive electronic stability program, and crosswind and attention assist. Number 4, Van Care Mobile. Our maintenance team can come to you with routine service. Who wants to go in? Let them come to you. They work with multiple trucks on one visit. Use the Mercedes Meet Connect. And last but not least, get your Zimbrick Sprinter at Zimbrick European at Rimrock Road and the Beltline, or go online at ZimbrickEuropean.com, because your next Mercedes Sprinter van is waiting for you.
This is the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network.
Waite drops it to the back left corner for an ace.
Presented by Steinhoffels.
Number 1 Nebraska dominates tonight at the Fieldhouse over 11th-ranked Wisconsin. 25-22 was a very tight set number 1 that went the way of the Cornhuskers, and then slowly but surely Nebraska pulled away the rest of the way. 25-19 in set 2 and 25-13, leaving no doubt in set 3. The Cornhuskers have now defeated Wisconsin in 4 straight sweeps. That's 12 consecutive sets won by Nebraska over Wisconsin in the Cornhuskers and Badgers rivalry. Post-match show underway. I'm Jesse Nelson in the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison. Wisconsin falls to 15-4 on the season. Nebraska a perfect 21-0, and with second-ranked Texas losing to number 9 Texas A&M tonight, Nebraska stands alone as the only remaining unbeaten team in Division I NCAA women's volleyball. We'll go back to the Fieldhouse. John and Pete have the numbers coming up next on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network.
Every event tells a story, from the first impression to the final moments. Have someone guide your guests through every chapter the way you want the story told. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With a strong presence, great voices, and an award-winning team, trust us to guide, direct, and inform your guests through all the different chapters of the day. For fun, memorable entertainment for any event, please visit us at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Badgers volleyball insights straight from the man on the sidelines.
There'll be aspects of what we're doing offensively that our teams have not done before.
Tune into the Kelly Sheffield Show on ESPN Madison, presented by North and South Seafood and Smokehouse.
The hardest ticket in town is for the volleyball match in the Fieldhouse. I mean, that's really hard.
It's the Kelly Sheffield Show with Badgers volleyball head coach Kelly Sheffield and host John Arias on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app. You're listening to Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Brought to you by Northwestern Mutual of Southern Wisconsin.
Post-match show underway from the Fieldhouse. John and Pete with you as the Badgers fall in 3 sets to the Nebraska Cornhuskers, 25-22, 25-19. And all Nebraska 25-13 in the third. All right, so let's go back to the first set. Nebraska had a 5-point lead. That's the largest lead they'd have in the set. They led it by 5, 18-13. Wisconsin takes a timeout. They come back, 5-0 run. They tie it at 18. And we thought, okay, let's stop this winning streak. Let's stop not the overall, like the set winning streak. It was at 34 at the time. They've now won 37 straight sets, Nebraska has. And then it got tight. It got tight late again, Pete, after another Badgers timeout. After Nebraska took a 22-19 lead, Wisconsin was able to rattle off a couple in a row, get to within 1, but then the Huskers take 3 of the next 4 points, and they win the opening set by hitting 343. Wisconsin hit 190. Harper Murray had 7 kills. Mimi Collier had 4. And one of the highlights was the serving of Natalie Wardlow, the Lincoln, Nebraska kid, goes with 3 aces in the first.
Yeah, she had a great night serving. That really helped the Badgers out point-wise, but obviously the energy in the crowd, that's the best we've ever seen here, obviously, serve, and it's against her hometown team, so that was great for her, and she got to play in the third set front row.
In the second set, Wisconsin hit 143. Nebraska hit 82-70. The Cornhuskers would lead by as many as 8. They'd win it 25-19. Allie Andrew and Mimi Collier each with 3 kills. And then after that, Wisconsin just had to take it 1 point at a time, but it was too much Nebraska in the third. Huskers explode for a .432 hitting percentage. Badgers hit about 189. Wisconsin was pretty steady with their offensive numbers. Nebraska, though, just exploded. They led by, they won by 12. I think that was their largest lead. Big 6-0 run to make a 15-9 lead, 21-9, and they really did not look back after that, Pete. How would you look at this one in the 3 sets?
It's impressive how well-rounded Nebraska is. Physical in the front row offensively and defensively, and then defensively in their back row, in their passing and their defensive play. But then also their serving. They took the Badgers out of it later on. They were kind of picking away at them, and the Badgers started struggling, not always getting ace, but not passing good balls, and often, there were too many overpasses. So they were just out of sorts, and Wisconsin was, and Nebraska caused that.
Final numbers, Nebraska, who leads the country with a .330 hitting percentage, .335, They hit .349 tonight, 48 kills off 109 swings with 10 errors. Wisconsin hits .175. The Badgers had a total of 37 kills tonight off 114 swings, 17 errors. Assists 46-37. Nebraska digs 54-40, and that was part of the difference. You highlighted Terrera Sigler multiple times during the broadcast.
Yeah, she was just not standing there and there were easy plays coming at her. She was flying all over the place and taking the best shots that Wisconsin could give them and popping them up and getting them in play. Plus their coverage plays. They, if they ever did get blocked, they had somebody there covering it and reacting to it, keeping it in play.
By the way, the .175 hitting percentage, second lowest in Big Ten play this season, trailing the Penn State match when the Badgers hit .151. Checking the Steinhafels ace tracker, relax. It's Steinhafels. 3 aces from Nebraska, 3 errors, but the Badgers had 4, all from Natalie Wardlow, a career high. 7 errors, and the Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin block. 9 for Nebraska, 3 blocks for Wisconsin. That's 1 block, Pete, per set. Wisconsin came into tonight's match 3rd in the conference and 18th in the nation in blocks per set.
Yeah, it was just about every part of Nebraska's game was impressive, including, they're almost in a record-setting mode right here as far as the hitting percentage they keep opponents under. That's what is crazy for such a good offensive team. That Wisconsin's been putting up good numbers this year, but for tonight to be really shut down for the most part, especially as the match went on after we got past that first set.
All right, that's a look at the team numbers. We'll take a break, come back, and look at the individual numbers next. Badgers losing 3 to Nebraska on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network.
Matt LePay for Steinhafels. Steinhafels is a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Since 1934, Steinhafels has been Wisconsin's furniture and mattress destination for quality, selection, and service. For over 90 years, Steinhafels has helped Wisconsinites create the homes of their dreams and is 100% employee-owned. Steinhafels has the largest selection of all the latest styles and all the best mattress brands. You'll find something for every style and every budget. Shop in-store or online at steinhafels.com. Relax, it's Steinhafels.
Time out on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2025.
Just looked at the break there. The .175 hitting percentage from Wisconsin, 3rd highest against Nebraska this season of any Big Ten opponent. As the Badgers fall in 3, now joined by Wisconsin's Director of Player Personnel and Analytics, Gary Waite, to talk a little bit about this match before we get to the individual numbers. How would you evaluate this one that you saw in the 3 sets tonight, Gary?
One thing about Nebraska is they play really clean volleyball. I thought one of the things they did really, really well was their game in transition, putting up really good balls out of system, taking really good swings. They weren't making errors in that situation. And so when you're in that type of game, you've got to be able to go blow for blow in those types of swings, create opportunities for yourself in defense, and then create that transition swing.
Andy Jackson and Rebecca Alec, the two middles for Nebraska, 19 of the 48 kills. They didn't have a hitting error off 33 swings combined. They were pretty impactful.
They did a really good job of working different depths on their swings. That's the one thing with Andy Jackson. I mean, she can get up there and get down on a ball, but then so you're starting to get yourself trying to get underneath a ball that's hit down, and then she started throwing some balls to the corners of kind of trying to make you have to play kind of the whole court. It's one of the things that someone like that can stress you with, and so you know she's going to get her kills, but play the long game. Can you continue to get them out of system? Can you then kind of lock down in the other situations when you have those opportunities? And I thought Alec just took really good quick swings. Got some quick kills early on the slide, and then in transition made some really good swings on A's and B's.
Nebraska didn't ace you guys a lot, but it seemed like they did take you out of what you wanted to do. What do you think what their game plan was? Where were they going?
Yeah, serving-wise, it over the course of the 3 sets, what it looked like to be was to keep us off balance as much as possible, which means kind of you get a point on one serve, move the spot to another place, move then to another place, and kind of not allow our passers to get any type of rhythm. Early, they put a lot of balls on Una in the one zone, kind of make our setter have to take a ball kind of over her left shoulder. And then late in the third, one of the things they try to do is put a ball kind of in the flat area around our middles and make either the middle pass or affect some routes. And I think that was one of the things that worked for them, of us not being able to get Addie into a 3-hitter situation. Even on a good pass, we were kind of more in a 2-hitter situation and just sending balls to the antennas that are a little bit higher or a little bit easier for their block to set up. They don't get tooled a lot. They do really good things with their hands, and so if you're trying to pull down in their hands, they'll be able to create some transition opportunities. I thought when we were going for hands in system and aiming for the high edges of those, we did really good things. I thought Egan took some good swings in that situation. I thought Mimi, when her feet were getting to the ball in those situations, she took some really good swings. It was the out-of-system ones that they did a really good job with, either good hands or kind of funneling the ball to different areas. I mean, serving-wise, I thought we served great. I mean, overall, our passing numbers would say they passed a 175. I mean, you're gonna win a lot of matches in that situation. The problem is they took really good swings and really kind of messed with our offense in transition, either by working high hands or making the off blocker come underneath to have to play that first ball to make it really hard to create a transition swing. So they played smart volleyball, and that's one of the things we talk about with our team is when you don't have a kill, how do you play smart volleyball and create more opportunities in the long run? And then the point is, how do you get yourself back into system? And the faster you can get back into system, the more quality swings you can take. And I thought they did a good job in that situation. As rallies extended, they found a way to get themselves into system. And between the two offenses, if you're in system between us and them, good things are going to happen. And I think they just ended up in system in trans more than we did in the long rallies.
You mentioned serving there. Natalie Wardlow, I thought, was really a great spark plug. She came out serving really well, career high night for service aces. What did she mean to the team to come out and serve like that and kind of try to set some momentum there?
Yeah, the message to the team was we loved how Nat and Simon came out in this match. You know, two freshmen playing in a big match in a big environment and not backing down. I thought Nat made some really elite serves, putting a lot of pressure, high contact point, flat, driving it into space, and they had. I mean, you rarely see a bro having to be pulled out of serve receive, and that's just the pressure she can put on from the service line. Kristen, I thought she did a really good job of picking up the junk in the middle of the court. It's something that we knew that they could do, and I thought she was running those down and allowing our other players to be in the freedom of transition. So I think when you talk about freshmen developing over a course of a season, you got to be excited about where they're heading. And that's kind of the message to the team is it's get to work and get back in the gym and continue to improve. You see the standard you've got to get to, and there are some positive, there's some negatives, there's some things we've got to work on, there's some things we've got to find ways to get stronger in certain moments. We've got to continue to develop our relationships together of how we flow. And that'll be a team that's going to improve as well. So can you just get back in the gym and get to work?
Talk about Egan and the decision in the third set to make a move to move her to the left, put Wardlow on the right. And Egan just such a spark defensively, offensively. fast arm. Her hitting percentage was great, and her energy to push the team was fantastic.
Yeah, we were going a little bit left pin in two option scenarios, and Mimi was doing okay in that. We were just having a tough time being able to work around the block. So we made that switch to try to get a little bit more scoring on the left antenna. And I thought at times Egan's really tough to get timing on, and it's with a fast arm that she has. She can kind of get up there and float for like a half second and then get on the ball. And so as a blocker, you're kind of on the way down at times, and you can just create this different rhythm to your defensive style, and then bringing over Nat to try to get a little bit more size against their hitters on the left antenna, and try to match those two things, score a little bit more on the left, be a little bit more physical on the right on the defensive side. And sometimes when you're trying to find ways to work against a good team, you're trying to find those little things that can work. And so we were trying that there in the third.
All right, Gary, thanks so much for the time tonight.
Thank you, guys.
All right,
Thanks,
there you go. That is Gary Waite with us here on the post-match show. Wisconsin falls in 3 sets to Nebraska. We'll take a break, come back, and look at the final individual numbers next on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network.
When it comes to your career, most companies want you to be interested in them. At Northwestern Mutual, their mutual interest is you. That's why they listen to your career goals, plan the steps to get there, and work side by side all along the way. To learn more about career opportunities, search for Northwestern Mutual Southern Wisconsin online or call 608-836-3080. That's 608-836-3080. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Hey, it's John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. Come in and discover the high standards, classic traditions, honesty, integrity, and elegance when you walk through our doors. For over 90 years, customers have returned again and again to our warm boutique setting. Trust me, because I've been there for over 40 of them. Whether it's time to come back or your first time in, stop by Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street today. Goodman's Jewelers, the Diamond Store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
They say punters are people too, especially on KBN.
Packer fans should be thankful that they have a third quarterback in a row that can win you games, put up MVP-like numbers, because that's exactly what Jordan Love is doing, and be able to have a team where you are in the number 1 seed of the NFC already.
Kyle, Brust, and Nordman. Presented by Bud Light, the official beer of the NFL. Weekdays from 2 till 4 on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
What's better than the sound of Wisconsin Badgers volleyball smoking their opponents? That's savoring every win with North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. As a truly American restaurant located right here in Madison, North and South specializes in authentic wood-fired barbecue and freshly prepared seafood. Enjoy any of their 3 locations, Madison, Verona, or DeForest, or serve the winning meal at home or in the office with their takeout and catering options. Explore the full menu at eatnorthandsouth.com. That's eatnorthandsouth.com.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
John Arias and Pete Waite with you at the Fieldhouse. Badgers fall in 3 sets, 25-22, 25-19, and 25-13. Coming up a little bit later on the post-match show, we'll hear from head coach Kelly Sheffield and his post-match press conference. All right, taking a look at the final numbers, starting first with the visitors from Lincoln. 2 players in double figures. Harper Murray, 15 kills in 3 sets. A 200 hitting percentage with 8 digs and 2 aces. Andy Jackson was unstoppable, Pete. 12 kills for the middle blocker, 20 swings, 600 hitting percentage with 3 blocks. The other middle, Rebecca Alex, 7 kills, third on the leaderboard, no errors off 13 swings, 538 with 6 blocks. Taylor Landfair had 6 kills, no hitting errors, 12 swings, hits 500. So you have to go, Murray had 6, and then the second, third, and fourth leading attackers didn't have an error. Adriano had 5 kills, hits 167. She had 3 errors. Bergen Riley, 38 assists, 8 digs, also 3 kills. 10 digs, from Choboy with an ace. She's the libero. 14 digs from Sigler. Played in the back row tonight, had an assist, and 7 digs from Olivia Mauk. The Badgers led by Mimi Collier. She goes for double figures for, what is that now? The 18th time this season in double figures. 10 or more kills in a match. 239, 6 digs. Then it was Grace Egan, a spark plug for the Badgers on the left side. 9 kills, 471 with 9 digs. And you kind of talked about how they move some pieces around. I wonder if we'll have more of that, but maybe it was just the matchup that they were just trying to get.
Well, Uno was off her game, or at least they were causing her to be off her game, and I think they had to try that. And when you see another team trying that, you know they're in trouble, because putting Wardlow on the right, she's just not used to that. She did a great job serving. That's been her role. Putting her on the right to have a bigger block, that's great, but then she wouldn't be able to add much offensively because she just doesn't have the experience this year.
Yeah, you mentioned Vagic. I'll get to her in a second. Alicia Andrew, 5 kills, 2 errors, 200 hitting percentage with 3 blocks, and then it's Una with 4 kills, 6 errors, minus 125 with 7 digs. She's kind of been up and down the last few matches, kind of had an off match Friday at Washington, got aced 3 times, had 4 service errors, had a bunch of hitting errors, then bounced back with 13 kills, hit almost 400 against Oregon, and then now tonight with the 4 kills, 6 errors. Carter Booth had 4 kills, hits 200 off 10 swings. Did Booth not have a block tonight? No, she did not. Well, the Badgers only had 3. Addie Horner, 33 assists, 7 digs. Also dropped down a kill, 10 digs from Simon. So she extends her streak now of 10 straight matches with 10 or more digs. Let's see here. Madison Quest was out there. 2 attempts, no kills. 4 aces from Wardlow. Warren played in the back row. Chan came out and served a couple of times, and those are the final numbers for the Badgers. What are your final thoughts on this one?
I think the Huskers were bigger, faster, stronger, and more veteran tonight.
Yeah.
I don't look at the stats like that. You don't have to after this. There's bigger, faster, stronger. When you're bigger, faster, stronger, and more veteran, you can just do things a split second faster, higher, stronger than the opponent, and that's what it was for Wisconsin tonight. I think they battled for a while. They were almost there in the first, but they kind of topped out at that point and weren't able to do it. So it's too bad they don't see Nebraska again, maybe take another shot at them. Mm-hmm. But still, we saw some fight in them for sure. They're not giving up. And, they're going to go back and learn from this and try to be better for the next match.
There was some fight, especially in the first, a little bit in the second, not so much in the third. And you talked about this. So Wardlow comes out. She finds her serve. That's a positive. Kristen Simon, Gary was talking about, she's a freshman. Just so many young players playing the best team in college right now.
Freshman setter.
Can they build on this?
These are people who are touching the first balls. The serve receive, with Simon, and you got the setter. Those are the first 2 contacts right there.
Yeah, I forgot Addie. And Addie. Yeah. I mean, can they?
And then Wardlow, that's 3, and then so there were just a bunch of young kids out there.
And I know they lost in 3, but it feels like there's something to be learned here.
Yeah, they're going to learn a lot. They're going to go back and look at tape, and they're going to see some things they did wrong. I mean, that's the thing. Every team that wins is usually often bigger, faster, stronger in some way. They just can do things, and Wisconsin has done that to a lot of different teams where they are the faster team. They are the better control team, and they can do that. But they met a team tonight who was the bigger, faster, stronger, especially than more veteran team. And you just learn a lot from year to year. And those freshmen who are on the court right now, young players, are learning a lot from their upperclassmen like Collier and Booth. But they're out there having to do it themselves against much older players.
Okay, let's pause 10 seconds for a station ID. 10 for a station ID. This is Wisconsin Badger Volleyball.
This is Derek Engler. You're listening to a Good Karma Brands radio station, 100.5 ESPN WTLX Monona, Madison.
Okay, that's going to do it for us from the Fieldhouse. Wisconsin loses in 3 sets. Up next, it's brunch with the Badgers Sunday at Ohio State, 11 a.m. the first serve. Jeez. Let's see here. Pre-match show, that'd be 10:30 a.m. with the pre-match show on Sunday, 11 a.m. Badgers and Ohio State. And the Buckeyes just got swept tonight as well, right?
Yeah.
They got swept by Rutgers. So,
yeah, which is a surprise. But
yeah, tough season for Ohio State, Badgers, and Buckeyes. All right. I'd like to thank Pete Waite for his help here at the Fieldhouse. I'm John Arias saying goodbye. We'll send it back to Jesse Nelson. Keep it here because the post-match show continues next. Badgers falling 3 to Nebraska on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network.
Volleyball fans know value, and at Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction, we deliver value all over the court every single day. From trucks to trailers, antiques to assets, we can help you buy and sell your items. Plus, it's all online and hassle-free. We're family-owned, reliable, and trusted because our team at Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction is dedicated to ensuring our customers rally and win big every time. Get off the bench and set yourself up for success. Visit WisconsinSurplus.com to bid, buy, sell today. That's WisconsinSurplus.com.
It takes a team to meet just about any goal, and that's as true on the football field as it is in the office. So it's good to know that you have the Gordon Flesch Company on your side. For more than 60 years, GFC has provided cutting-edge office technology for companies of all sizes, and as the nation's largest Canon dealer, GFC delivers the latest office technology, serviced, and is supported by the most experienced professionals in the industry. That's business technology managed. Visit gflesh.com to learn more.
Post-match show continues on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network. 11th ranked Wisconsin falls to 15-4 on the season. Number 1 Nebraska, a perfect 21-0. Nebraska, the lone remaining unbeaten team in NCAA Division I women's volleyball this season, with number 2 Texas suffering its first loss of the season in 5 sets tonight to the 9th ranked Texas A&M Aggies. I'm Jesse Nelson in the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison. Halloween night spoiled a little bit by the Huskers here in Madison. 25-22 set 1, 25-19 set 2, and 25-13 set 3. Wisconsin now 4-4 this season against AVCA top 25 ranked teams, falling here to the number 1 ranked team in the country, the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Nebraska's won 12 straight sets against Wisconsin. That is 4 straight sweeps. Nebraska is on a tear this year. You know how good the Cornhuskers have been this year? 12th straight sweep. 37 consecutive sets won. The last set that Nebraska lost was September 16th against Creighton. What were you doing on September 16th? The New York Mets still thought they were going to be in the playoffs on September 16th. That's how long ago that was. We're going to Game 7 in the World Series tomorrow night. Crazy how good Nebraska's been all season long. Cornhuskers now 21-0, and they made quick work of the Badgers tonight. The set number 1 was competitive. Nebraska won it 25-22, 4 ties, 2 lead changes. Wisconsin, and the energy at the Fieldhouse was fantastic in that opening set. Nebraska prevailed, and then Wisconsin struggled about in the mid-stages of set 2, and you could kind of see where this match was heading. Wisconsin falls in 3 at home to Nebraska. Second time Nebraska in as many years has come to the Fieldhouse and swept Wisconsin. We'll continue to break it down next on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network.
Pro Volleyball is back in Madison. The 2026 roster is here, and your Love Madison team is stacked. Setter of the Year, Lauren Carlini, returns to the court, and she's joined by world-class talent from across the globe. The game is growing, the momentum is building, and Madison is right in the heart of it. Don't miss a single moment. 2026 season memberships are on sale now at lovb.com, with the full season schedule coming soon. That's lovb.com. Volleyball is the next major league.
To those who've ever dreamt of their perfect event, those dreams are worthy and they are possible. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With hard work, passion, and great music, we will make your event dreams a reality. Every event is a labor of love, with one-on-one planning, customization, and flawless execution. Bringing your event to life is what we do. For a fun, memorable event, visit celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Matt LePay for Steinhoffels. Steinhoffels is a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Since 1934, Steinhoffels has been Wisconsin's furniture and mattress destination for quality, selection, and service. For over 90 years, Steinhoffels has helped Wisconsinites create the homes of their dreams and is 100% employee-owned. Steinhoffels has the largest selection of all the latest styles and all the best mattress brands. You'll find something for every style and every budget. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Relax, it's Steinhoffels.
ESPN Madison is your home for Wisconsin Badgers volleyball.
Underneath it, bump set, left side, powers it down. What a rally, and Wisconsin comes out on top.
From early season showdowns to a run for the national title, hear every match this season on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
Blocked by Bucky.
Wisconsin Badgers volleyball on ESPN Madison is presented by Steinhoffels and Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Also brought to you by North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. This is the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network.
Waite drops it to the back left corner for an ace.
Presented by Steinhoffels.
Number 1, Nebraska sweeps 11th ranked Wisconsin tonight at the Fieldhouse. In the rivalry, Nebraska's now won 4 consecutive all sweeps, going back to the 3 matches the two teams played last year. 25-22, 25-19, 25-13, the final tonight in 3. Nebraska takes down 11th ranked Wisconsin. The Badgers now 15-4 on the season, and they are now in 3rd place in the Big Ten standings. Purdue in front of them with a 9-2 conference record. Of course, Nebraska top of the conference, 11-0. Wisconsin and Indiana both with 8-3 conference records. The Badgers and Hoosiers meet next Sunday, November 9th. At the Fieldhouse. That'll be a compelling top 25 matchup, most likely between Wisconsin and Indiana. A couple of important matches coming up next week. We'll talk more about that as our post-match show continues here on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network. A lot of categories dominated by Nebraska tonight. Hitting percentage, Nebraska 349. We told you coming into this match tonight, Nebraska was one of the best in the country, the best hitting percentage in the country at 335, and they even surpassed that tonight, 349 they hit against Wisconsin. The Badgers had the 5th best hitting percentage in the country as a team, 305 tonight, 175, second worst performance of the year, only trailing the 151 they hit against Penn State a couple of Fridays ago. Nebraska 54 digs to just 40 for Wisconsin. That tells you a little bit of the story tonight. Nebraska was able to keep a lot of rallies going. Wisconsin struggled to do so. Blocks 9-3 in favor of Nebraska. The Badgers averaged 2.7 blocks per set coming into play tonight. They averaged, well, can you figure it out? They had 3 in total as a team. That's 1.0. 1 block per set for Wisconsin tonight. Not ideal for the Badgers as they fall in 3 to number 1, Nebraska. One of the only categories statistically that Wisconsin was better than Nebraska tonight, aces. Time for a check of the Steinhafels Ace Tracker. Relax, it's Steinhafels. 4 service aces for Wisconsin to just 3 for Nebraska, and all 4 belong to the freshman Natalie Wardlow, a career best, and she catapulted her way up the aces leaderboard for the season. It's now first place Una Vajagic and Grace Egan, each with 14. Mimi Collier and Natalie Wardlow, each with 13. Those are your top 4 players on the Aces leaderboard this year. And again, that's a check of the Steinhafels Ace Tracker. Relax, it's Steinhafels. Next up, Wisconsin does face Ohio State, 11 a.m. Central Time, first serve on Sunday morning. Pre-match show starts at 10:30 on many of these same stations here on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network. And then Wisconsin's back at the Fieldhouse on Wednesday night. You can join Wisconsin Volleyball for Yes Chef Night, Wednesday, November 5th at the Fieldhouse. The first 4,500 fans receive their very own chef hat, celebrating head coach Kelly Sheffield. Yes Chef Night, Wednesday night, November 5th, as Wisconsin hosts Minnesota at the Fieldhouse. It's my birthday. Wednesday night. Hopefully we'll get a nice win for Wisconsin over Minnesota on Yes Chef Night. Badgers fall in 3 tonight to number 1 Nebraska. Post-match show continues. We get a check of the scoreboard. A lot of teams in action in the Big Ten tonight. We'll tell you all about it next on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network.
Time out on the field. Let's bring in Gina Della from Pella. What's the winning game plan this month?
Wayne, a whole house of new windows for as low as $297 a month with 0% interest for up to 60 months.
Wow, that's a drive you can sustain for years. No penalties, no extra interest.
And unlike opponents, Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin actually stops the drafts.
Don't sit on the sidelines, folks. Make your move today at PellaWI.com.
Certain restrictions apply. It's 10/31/2025.
Hi, I'm John Hayes of Goodman's Jewelers. It's hard to imagine, but Goodman's has been the diamond store of Madison since 1933, which means your parents, maybe even your grandparents might have shopped with us. We maintain the same high standards, honesty, and integrity that kept them coming back time and again. Keep their history and our history alive. Shop Goodman's Jewelers today in the heart of Madison at 220 State Street. We're online at goodmansjewelers.com.
The best is at Goodman's.
At Hazelden Betty Ford, treating mental health isn't just about breaking old patterns, it's about braving new ones. As the leader in alcohol and drug treatment for 75 years, we know caring for addiction, anxiety, depression, and trauma goes hand in hand. We're here for you with new tools when life breaks down. Discover your path to better mental health at hazeldenbettyford.org/Wisconsin. Sponsored by Hazelden Betty Ford Foundation.
What's better than the sound of Wisconsin Badgers volleyball smoking their opponents? That's savoring every win with North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. As a truly American restaurant located right here in Madison, North and South specializes in authentic wood-fired barbecue and freshly prepared seafood. Enjoy any of their 3 locations, Madison, Verona, or DeForest, or serve the winning meal at home or in the office with their takeout and catering options. Explore the full menu at eatnorthandsouth.com. That's eatnorthandsouth.com.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
Number 1 Nebraska keeps it rolling. 3-set sweep over 11th-ranked Wisconsin tonight at the Fieldhouse. 25-22 set 1, 25-19 set 2, 25-13 set 3. Nebraska 21-0 on the season. Wisconsin falls overall to 15-4, 8-3 in Big Ten conference play. Mimi Collier, Wisconsin star tonight, 14 kills, 6 digs, and a block, well below some of the averages for her this season. Grace Egan, 9 kills, 9 digs. Those are your leaders. For Wisconsin tonight, the Badgers fall to 15-4, swept by Nebraska for the 4th consecutive match. Still to come, we'll hear from head coach Kelly Sheffield, his post-match press conference meeting with the media at the Fieldhouse. First, let's get a check of the Big Ten scoreboard tonight. 14 of the 18 Big Ten teams in action tonight. And while Nebraska came and swept Wisconsin in the most compelling matchup tonight, there were several matches that went 5 sets. 10th-ranked Purdue needed 5 to beat Michigan State on the road. Purdue alone now in second place in the conference standings with a 9-2 Big Ten record. Wisconsin and Purdue coming up here in a couple of weeks. 19th-ranked Penn State falls on the road. Michigan at home in 5 defeats 19th-ranked Penn State. Nittany Lions continuing to have a lot of ups and downs throughout the course of this season. Of course, Wisconsin struggled in Happy Valley, getting swept by the Nittany Lions a couple of Fridays ago. Also in 5 sets tonight, Northwestern defeats Iowa. 24th-ranked Indiana sweeps Maryland on the road. Rutgers sweeps Ohio State. The Buckeyes, again, Wisconsin gets them on Sunday, 11 a.m. first serve here on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network. Ohio State, the only Big Ten team winless in conference play. They are 0-11 in conference play this year. Overall record of just 3-16. What has happened to the Buckeyes? Sounds like a chance for a get-right game on Sunday for Wisconsin after falling in 3 tonight to Nebraska. Oregon and Washington, your other match in action right now in the first set. Late start out west. It was a 10 p.m. Central Time first serve. Washington up on the Ducks in set number 1 in Seattle. Top 25 matchup tomorrow in the Big Ten. 22nd-ranked USC at 20th-ranked Minnesota. That's an 8 o'clock first serve tomorrow night. Rutgers and Michigan State also square off at 6 o'clock tomorrow. We'll tell you about the Sunday slate when we're back with you on Sunday here on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network. Also a tough night for the other Badgers teams. Number 1 women's hockey, first loss of the season. They're 10-1-0. 5-1, they fall at LeBon to 5th-ranked Minnesota. 12th-ranked Michigan men's soccer over Wisconsin 2-1. Men's hockey in action tomorrow night. 14th-ranked Wisconsin, 18th-ranked Minnesota. 6 o'clock puck drop at the Kohl Center. Wisconsin has not lost through 7 games this year, 5-0-2. And women's soccer tomorrow afternoon, the 5-seed Wisconsin and 4-seed Iowa Big Ten tournament quarterfinal on the campus of Purdue in West Lafayette, Indiana. That's a check of your Badgers and Big Ten volleyball scoreboard here on the post-match show. Wisconsin falls in 3 at the hands of number 1 Nebraska. We'll dive into a few more of the numbers, take a look at what's still to come coming up on Sunday for Wisconsin, Ohio State, and we'll hear from head coach Kelly Sheffield. That's all straight ahead on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network.
When it comes to your career, most companies want you to be interested in them. At Northwestern Mutual, their mutual interest is you. That's why they listen to your career goals, plan the steps to get there, and work side by side all along the way. To learn more about career opportunities, search for Northwestern Mutual Southern Wisconsin online or call 608-836-3080. That's 608-836-3080. The Northwestern Mutual Life Insurance Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
What's better than the sound of Wisconsin Badgers volleyball smoking their opponents? That's savoring every win with North and South Seafood and Smokehouse. As a truly American restaurant located right here in Madison, North and South specializes in authentic wood-fired barbecue and freshly prepared seafood. Enjoy any of their 3 locations, Madison, Verona, or DeForest, or serve the winning meal at home or in the office with their takeout and catering options. Explore the full menu at eatnorthandsouth.com. That's eatnorthandsouth.com.
Volleyball fans know value, and at Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction, we deliver value all over the court every single day. From trucks to trailers, antiques to assets, we can help you buy and sell your items. Plus, it's all online and hassle-free. We're family-owned, reliable, and trusted because our team at Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction is dedicated to ensuring our customers rally and win big every time. Get off the bench and set yourself up for success. Visit WisconsinSurplus.com to bid, buy, sell today. That's WisconsinSurplus.com.
Matt LePay for Steinhoffels. Steinhoffels is a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Since 1934, Steinhoffels has been Wisconsin's furniture and mattress destination for quality, selection, and service. For over 90 years, Steinhoffels has helped Wisconsinites create the homes of their dreams and is 100% employee-owned. Steinhoffels has the largest selection of all the latest styles and all the best mattress brands. You'll find something for every style and every budget. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Relax, it's Steinhoffels.
You're listening to Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Brought to you by Love Madison.
Number 1 Nebraska defeats number 11 Wisconsin tonight in 3 at the Fieldhouse. That's a sweep for the Cornhuskers, 4th consecutive match going head-to-head with Wisconsin, going back to the 3 last year that Nebraska has swept Wisconsin in this rivalry. Nebraska now leads the all-time series 24-14 with 1 tie. Wisconsin now 13-9 against Nebraska since the start of the Kelly Sheffield era in 2013. Do want to mention this. Nebraska's only undefeated season ever was in the year 2000. And you want to talk about the storied history of this rivalry. The year 2000 was former Wisconsin head coach John Cook's first season as the head coach at Nebraska. He helped guide the Cornhuskers to an undefeated season and a national championship, the first of 4 that he would win at Nebraska in the year 2000. First-year head coach Danny Busboom Kelly leading with Nebraska to a 21-0 start here in 2025. Number 1 Nebraska defeats number 11 Wisconsin tonight. Mimi Collier, 14 kills, 6 digs, 1 block, helped lead the way for the Badgers. She did not top the block leaderboard tonight, though. That was Allie Andrew, who had 3 individual blocks. None for Carter Booth. That is a shocker. Carter Booth still leading the blocks for the year. Take a check of that leaderboard. Blocks brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Carter Booth with 80 on the season individually. Allie Andrew with 79. So we knew it was going to be toe-to-toe who would top that leaderboard at season's end. Carter Booth with 80. Allie Andrew with 79. Carter Booth blanked on the block board tonight. Allie Andrew with 3 to lead Wisconsin. Blocks are brought to you by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin. Block out the cold air this fall and winter with Pella. Visit PellaWI.com today. Take advantage of 0% interest for 60 months. Number 1 Nebraska defeats number 11 Wisconsin. Coming up next, we'll hear from head coach Kelly Sheffield meeting with the media at the Fieldhouse. That's next on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network.
It takes a team to meet just about any goal, and that's as true on the football field as it is in the office. So it's good to know that you have the Gordon Flesch Company on your side. For more than 60 years, GFC has provided cutting-edge office technology for companies of all sizes, and as the nation's largest Canon dealer, GFC delivers the latest office technology, service, and is supported by the most experienced professionals in the industry. That's business technology managed. Visit gflesh.com to learn more.
Pro Volleyball is back in Madison. The 2026 roster is here, and your Love Madison team is stacked. Setter of the Year, Lauren Carlini, returns to the court, and she's joined by world-class talent from across the globe. The game is growing, the momentum is building, and Madison is right in the heart of it. Don't miss a single moment. 2026 season memberships are on sale now at lovb.com with the full season schedule coming soon. That's lovb.com. Volleyball is the next major league.
'Tis the season to be planning your holiday events. Whether it's a party for 10 or 10,000, Celebrations has the sound, video, lighting, special effects, and custom-themed decor to make it the best party ever. Hi, it's Jeffrey from Celebrations Entertainment. With us on your team, your holiday or New Year's party will be easy to plan and super fun to attend. DJs, casino games, lighting, and photo booths are just the beginning at celebrationsentertainment.com. That's celebrationsentertainment.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
On the air, on demand, on social, on Wisconsin Sports. Serving Wisconsin sports fans. This is 100.5 ESPN.
'11th ranked Wisconsin falls to number 1 Nebraska, something that all 21 of Nebraska's opponents this season have been unsuccessful in doing, beating the Cornhuskers. Nebraska 21-0, the last standing undefeated team in Division I women's college volleyball this year. Nebraska in 3, 25-22 set 1, 25-19 set 2, 25-13 set 3. Nebraska's 21-0, the Badgers now 15-4. 8-3 in Big Ten Conference play, tied for third place in the conference standings, along with the 24th-ranked Indiana Hoosiers. Wisconsin gets Ohio State Sunday morning, 11 a.m. first serve, 10:30 pre-match show right here on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network. A reminder, you can catch the Kelly Sheffield Show every week. Head coach Kelly Sheffield sits down with John Arias for an in-depth conversation about all things Wisconsin volleyball, including answering questions from fans. The Kelly Sheffield Show weekly on ESPN Madison, the ESPN Wisconsin app, and the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. We welcome those of you still with us on YouTube, by the way, tonight. If you're listening to us driving home from the field house or wherever you may be, remember you can subscribe to the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. You get notified every time we go live, including now for Announcer Cam. You saw John and Pete in their Halloween officials attire tonight on the Announcer Cam broadcast on YouTube. Subscribe to the ESPN Madison YouTube channel. You get notified every time we go live. You can comment as you watch along. It's another new way to consume Wisconsin Badgers volleyball. One of the things I highly recommend, you sync up the YouTube Announcer Cam with the TV broadcast. So you can turn it on TV so you can watch along if you're at home, but pause the YouTube broadcast until the TV is synced up with it. Then you can listen to John and Pete, John and Jess, whoever's on the call of the game here on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network while you're watching along at home. It creates for an amazing experience. Highly recommend that you do that if you haven't yet, and subscribe to that ESPN Madison YouTube channel. Kelly Sheffield Show weekly on the ESPN Madison YouTube channel and on 100.5 ESPN in Madison. Let's go back to the field house where Kelly Sheffield met with members of the media following tonight's 3-set loss to number 1 Nebraska.
You're not expecting a team to hit 349 when they pass 1-7. And that's a real credit to the skill of their attackers. I thought we put a lot of pressure behind the service line, quite a few of our rotations, and just we're going after them with the, I think we're capable of being an elite serving team. I thought there were some rotations tonight that we were that against one of the best passing teams in the country. And when you're getting them passing whatever that number ended up being, 1718 or whatever that it was, I'm sure is one of their lowest ones, but that was a monster hitting percentage under those circumstances. I can't imagine, there being. I think Bergen is probably the best player in the conference. Her ability to continue to get them to get swings throughout the rallies. They did a great job of winning the long rallies. I thought we did a lot of good things tonight. But I felt like their defense kind of had us uncharacteristically kind of Our pace was moving a little bit faster than probably what a confident team is going to do, and you know, their ability offensively. I mean, you know, this is the most obvious thing ever, just when you're looking at the numbers. But this is the best offensive Nebraska team, and so. Even if you're able to score, their ability to side out pretty quick is pretty impressive. I thought Mimi started getting into some pretty good space there as the match went on. I thought Kristen here did a great job of balling out, and Nadley, I thought, you know, really got on some really nice service runs. That was what we've seen in practice, and able to get it in and over and over and over again, and then defend around that, I thought was really special.
Questions?
For Mimi, kind of what pressure does it put on that, or put on you kind of from an attack, when it felt like, especially in that first set, you guys were getting some really good swings, but they seem to be just kind of digging everything there?
Yeah, I think some of my swing choices weren't the best. That was a conversation going into the second, middle of the second, going into the third. I was hitting a lot of middle back, so I think just trying to really move the ball around, get into some better space. I think that got better as the third set went on, which that's a little late for that. But no, I think just the big thing was just to, you know, have an attack mindset on all phases of the game. I think the first set we really saw that. Second set not so much, and it just, you know, wasn't enough. But I just think we tried to be really aggressive throughout. So going to my attacking, like my thought was just, I'm going to hit the ball. You know, I hit it hard, so that was, you know, if I could hit into some better spaces, I probably should have. But I mean, I was just kind of trying to swing as hard as I could. Dennis.
Kelly, you mentioned that that's the best offensive Nebraska team you've seen. Is that the best overall team that you've seen from Nebraska?
I don't know. It's you know, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. When you answer that kind of question, it's a really good team. It's really balanced and it's deep, right? And they hold themselves with a swagger that they don't panic when you get a few points against them. I think Danny's done a great job of keeping them relaxed and you know, but they've been through the wars, and you're going to have to sustain a really high level play for 2 hours to give yourself a chance, and. We did some good things tonight. We had one player that was in that match a year ago against those guys. So for, you know, it's every match counts the same in the Big Ten, but the energy in the buildings are just different, right? I mean, it's whether it's here or on the road, there's a different type of juice in the building, and that was the first time for most of our players of experiencing what I think is the best rivalry in our sport, and we'll learn from it. We'll grow from it, and move forward. I mean, we've got an early morning flight tomorrow, so that's we've got to flush this and leave this in our rearview mirror pretty darn quick.
Olivia.
Kristen, felt like some of the digs that the other team was getting, you know, they were able to come back on offense really quickly after what would have been kills against other teams for you guys. How do you kind of flip the switch like that when you realize that the ball didn't touch the floor and get ready to defend again? Sorry.
I'm sorry, I didn't understand that question.
Sorry, I rambled a bit. How do you, when they were able to keep the ball alive in a couple of those big plays where it looked like you guys were going to get the kill, how do you sort of get ready to defend their next hit when it doesn't look like you're going to have to?
Okay, yeah, I got it. I mean, obviously they're a great team. They're going to get their digs. It's just recollecting yourself and just going out swinging again, just finding ways to keep finding space on the court. And, I mean, it's just a mentality. You just got to keep playing and keeping the ball alive. Obviously, they're going to get their swings. We're going to get ours. So just keep going.
Jake.
say for Mimi and Kristen, and Kelly mentioned Natalie and what she did with her serves, but just for y'all on the court and when she provides those lifts where it's like, a 4-point streak where a couple of them are aces, just what does that do for y'all on the court, and what do you say to each other too when you're in a little huddle and trying to keep things going too?
Yeah, I think Nat's a little firecracker when she gets going. I think we all have so much trust in her to go back in there and put a good ball in. We do not like passing against her in practice. She's one of our best servers. So it's been so fun to watch her grow in that area and just grow in her confidence when she gets back behind that service line. Again, like I said, we just have the utmost confidence in her when she gets back there, and it's really exciting. When she gets some of those aces, it's always going to be a good ball, but the aces make it a little more special. But yeah, she's such a firecracker for us. Good energy.
Yeah, just instilling trust in her and faith, and knowing that like when she's back there, right, we've got her back. Like we're gonna keep this ball alive to keep her back there.
Yeah.
Along those lines, for Kelly, I saw that you put Natalie in starting in that third set. When she's playing like the way that she's playing tonight, how does that change maybe the calculus in terms of your lineup, and what can that give this team?
Well, I don't know if it changes our lineup. She came in there and got a couple blocks, and she's able to do that. And Grace came in and took some great swings over on the left side. Both teams have the ability. They've got a little bit more depth, and they're quite a bit healthier than where we are right now. But with that said, both teams have the ability of bringing some other people in to kind of give you a lift, and that doesn't mean that either team is all of a sudden just going to reinvent the wheel or throw things out. When players come in off the bench and they do their job, that's what's expected, right?
Lincoln.
Kelly, sticking with the Natalie theme, I mean, this was a match against her hometown team. I don't know what her mental state was going into it, to see her perform, kind of have the match she did against maybe an opponent that had a little bit more mean to her. What does that mean to you to see her rise to the occasion?
Yeah, I don't know. If she's Nat always brings the juice. She's we could be playing a YMCA team and she's going to be pretty fired up to get out there and go. I think the one thing that you're a little bit worried about when you're playing people that you grew up, right down the street looking up to and probably idolizing, is that you get up there and the first 4 serves, you serve to Eau Claire, and so she controlled her emotions and put in balls that we see every day in practice. I mean, what is crazy is that serve. It's also almost an indictment on the club system. I'm going down a road here, but it's she never served too much in club. Why? Because you get 3 feet of court behind the end line, where in college you get a little bit longer runway. So the first time we saw her serve, I was like, damn, I didn't know you had this, and she said, I didn't either. And it's just so I'm sure she didn't, when she committed here, thinking she's going to be a serving specialist against the Huskers. Her freshman year would be on her bingo card, but here we are.
Question, John?
Kelly, I realize I'm asking this kind of moments after, but you said that you're going to learn a lot from this match. What do you think is maybe the biggest thing you take away from this experience?
I think we'll probably keep that in-house. It's it's the thing that's that's the best team in the country right now. And so if you have any aspirations of being in the ball game with that, then there's the gap. That's what it is, and that needs to drive you every day if you've got aspirations of going toe to toe with them at the end of the season. And they're the standard, right? And so What I want is I want players and teams, and typically we have that, is that sees that and enjoys that kind of challenge. That doesn't mean that we're going to be able to leap over that, right? Or that it's easier to say, here's the gap, and want to close it than it is actually closing it. Because I'm sure after the last couple of years, I'm sure those players are pretty motivated and driven as well. But that's the fun. I mean, that's the fun of getting to do what we get to do is, all right, there's the lead horse, and can you close the gap here? That's where we're at right now. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Head coach Kelly Sheffield and select players meeting with the media tonight following Wisconsin's 3-set sweep loss to number 1 Nebraska. A lot of compelling answers from that conversation with head coach Kelly Sheffield and all the players who were speaking as well. I loved what he said at the end there about being toe-to-toe with one of the best teams, the best team right now in the country, the only undefeated remaining team in NCAA Division I women's volleyball. You want to learn however you can from each of these matches that you play against a team like that so that you can go toe-to-toe with them later. You never know if their paths will cross like last year in the NCAA tournament. All the times that Wisconsin and Nebraska have met in Final Fours, national championship matches. You never know when your paths are going to cross next. This is the only meeting between the two teams this year in the regular season, but who knows what the postseason could have in store. Just like last year, Wisconsin and Nebraska meeting in the regional final in Lincoln. We'll see if that could be another collision course come December. Number 1 Nebraska defeats number 11 Wisconsin. 3-set sweep at the Fieldhouse tonight. Final thoughts and looking ahead to what lies ahead on Sunday. Wisconsin and Ohio State. We'll do that next on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network.
Matt LePay for Steinhoffels. Steinhoffels is a proud partner of Wisconsin Athletics. Since 1934, Steinhoffels has been Wisconsin's furniture and mattress destination for quality, selection, and service. For over 90 years, Steinhoffels has helped Wisconsinites create the homes of their dreams and is 100% employee-owned. Steinhoffels has the largest selection of all the latest styles and all the best mattress brands. You'll find something for every style and every budget. Shop in-store or online at steinhoffels.com. Relax, it's Steinhoffels.
Volleyball fans know value, and at Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction, we deliver value all over the court every single day. From trucks to trailers, antiques to assets, we can help you buy and sell your items. Plus, it's all online and hassle-free. We're family-owned, reliable, and trusted because our team at Wisconsin Surplus Online Auction is dedicated to ensuring our customers rally and win big every time. Get off the bench and set yourself up for success. Visit WisconsinSurplus.com to bid, buy, sell today. That's WisconsinSurplus.com.
Hey, it's John Hayes, owner of Goodman's Jewelers. Come in and discover the high standards, classic traditions, honesty, integrity, and elegance when you walk through our doors. For over 90 years, customers have returned again and again to our warm boutique setting. Trust me, because I've been there for over 40 of them. Whether it's time to come back or your first time in, stop by Goodman's Jewelers at 220 State Street today. Goodman's Jewelers, the diamond store of Madison since 1933.
The best is at Goodman's.
My part-time service in the Army National Guard makes it possible for me to be more for the community I call home. My training helps me at work when I lead by example. My service in the Army National Guard allows me to keep my community and those I care about safe from threats. Learn more about how you too can live and serve part-time close to home by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
You're listening to Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball on 100.5 ESPN and the ESPN Wisconsin app. Brought to you by North and South Seafood and Smokehouse.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. Download the ESPN Wisconsin app. You don't miss any of the best moments on ESPN Wisconsin. Commercial-free full show podcast, exclusive content, live streaming, including every Wisconsin Badgers volleyball match. If you haven't yet, download the ESPN Wisconsin app right now. I'm Jesse Nelson in the Everlight Solar Studio at ESPN Madison. Post-match show continues. 11th ranked Wisconsin falls in 3 to number 1 Nebraska at home. 4 straight sweeps for the Cornhuskers over the Badgers, going back to the 3 matches last year and now 1 here in 2025. Set number 1, Nebraska took it 25-22. That was a competitive one. Set number 2, not so much. Nebraska 25-19. Set 3, really not close. Nebraska 25-13. Nebraska improves to 21-0 this season. Wisconsin falls to 15-4. Badgers are 8-3 in Big Ten Conference play, tied for third in the conference standings with 24th ranked Indiana. Nebraska, of course, at the top, 11-0. Purdue is 9-2. Next up for the Badgers, as John Arias said at the conclusion of the broadcast, brunch with the Badgers on Sunday. Love that. Wisconsin and Ohio State in Columbus, 11 a.m. first serve. Pre-match show starts at 10:30 Sunday morning on many of these same Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network stations. Ohio State, the only Big Ten team without a conference win this year. They are 0-11 in Big Ten play, just 3-16 overall for the season. Should be a good opportunity for a get-right game for Wisconsin. Grace Egan's homecoming against her former team, the Ohio State Buckeyes, where she played last year before transferring to Wisconsin during the offseason. I thought the legendary head coach, the University Athletic Hall of Famer Pete Waite, said it best at the end of the broadcast. Nebraska was bigger, faster, stronger, and more veteran. It's one of the big takeaways tonight as 11th-ranked Wisconsin falls in 3 to the Cornhuskers. The only chapter of the rivalry, at least in the regular season, goes the way of Nebraska here in 2025. We'll see you back here on Sunday morning. Enjoy the rest of your Halloween night and your turn back the clock weekend. Extra hour for the Badgers to get some sleep with the time change on the Eastern time zone and, of course, daylight savings Saturday night into Sunday. Thanks so much for joining us tonight. We'll hope for better things on Sunday. Number 1 Nebraska sweeps 11th-ranked Wisconsin tonight at the Fieldhouse. For John Arias, Pete Waite, executive producer Hunter Vaughn, and everyone part of our Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network, my name is Jesse Nelson. Thanks so much for joining us on the Wisconsin Badgers Volleyball Radio Network.
When it comes to your career, most companies want you to be interested in them. At Northwestern